Here's Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win! We win!
Don't you open your mouth about the best. Or I'm going to shut it for you real quick. LOB.
Listen, we talking about practice. Not a game, not a game, not a game. We talking about practice.
Lewis gets it to LeBron for three for the win. Yes! LeBron James at the buzzer!
Pass is caught! Diggs! Sideline! Touchdown! Unbelievable! Vikings win it!
What was your mindset when you stepped in the batter's box?
Go yard. I mean, I'm a pitcher. Why not swing as hard as I can? I got nothing to lose.
It's nothing to man above. Don't put you in situations that you can't handle. Instead of saying, why me? They're saying this is what he want me to do. And, Cleveland! This is for you!
The way we approach the game is the same way we approach life. You do the right thing. You make the right play. Make the right play. And in life, it's the same thing. What do you feel in your heart is the right thing to do? And you do that. You know, it seems so simple, but sometimes the simplest things are the hardest things to do. And I think it's just that.
Welcome to
What?
The game.
Me.
To me.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? We're back. Been a minute. Actually been a minute since we've seen each other too, but it's been a minute since we've been on. NFL season's right around the corner tomorrow. So, of course, we had to do a big show, NFL season kickoff. Of course, I got my co-host with me, Thad. How you doing today, bro?
I'm good, bro. It's been a long time since we've been on the show. Like you said last time, long time since we've seen each other too. But I'm excited for football season, but obviously, as you know, football season hasn't started off the best for me, but I'm going to try to take it week by week. And we're going to have a good show, though. It's a lot to talk about. And I'm excited for the NFL, but college, we just watching to have fun, watching the prospects.
For sure. So we won't speak on that. Like I said, I've been saying for 2 years, I'm not paying attention to the Gators until 2026. That's why I figured Lagway would get the rings because I'm not watching Mertz. That's just not what I signed up to do. And hopefully Bill Napier's out of there as well. So 2026 is the year that I will be back a Gators fan. Like you said, this year I'm just watching and just being grateful for the talent that we get to see. And each week is going to be a little bit different for me. Overall, rooting for the Colorado guys, really just Travis and Shador. But other than that, we don't have a team this year for college football. But we will talk about some of the week one thoughts just to kind of get it out there. It was a lot of pretty good games, a lot of blowouts, a lot of freshmen, both receiver and quarterbacks that kind of put on for this past week. So definitely gave us a lot to talk about and gave us a lot to look forward to this college football season. So what do you think about some of the games this upcoming week or this past week?
Yeah, real quick before I talk about a couple teams to piggyback off what you said, it's a lot of freshmen showing up and showing out. Like, some of these guys are 17, 18 years old, and they're stepping into the spotlight and adjusting just finely. Like, you got the freshman Ryan Williams from Alabama that skipped his senior year of high school, so he's really a high school senior, and he came in and had 2 touchdowns. It's against Western Kentucky, but these young guys are ready to go and they balled out. But, talking about the teams, first I'm going to start off with Florida State, my team. We're an awful team. Like, us losing 100% of our offense, I thought there was going to be a drop-off, but not to this extent. We've been out-coaching every game. Our players are not good. And I've noticed something like all these teams, Bama and Georgia, when these guys go and they get drafted, there's a next man up. There's a guy ready to go that's been developed in the wings. In Florida State, our development program is being exposed right now because all these guys that have sat for 3 and 4 years, when it's their time to shine, they don't look good. I know it's some coaching, but when you're just getting pushed around and you're not tackling, you're dropping passes, it's just sorry football, man. It don't even look like a Division I football team, to be honest. But Florida State is in a boatload of trouble. I know DJ's the problem, but he's not even the biggest problem. And if you guys didn't know, Brock Glenn, our backup quarterback, is not good either. So it's not going to get better no matter what we do. We're just going to have a players-only meeting.
Already 2 weeks into the season is crazy.
There's nothing we can do, man. The last point about Florida State before I move on to Clemson, coming into the season, everybody's talking about we have 2 first-round edge rushers or we have the best D-line, one of the best D-lines in the country. And for 2 weeks straight, teams have lined the ball up, ran in between the tackles, and we've done nothing about it. Like, we stacked 9 in the box. We sent blitzes. We are just – I don't know what it is, but I'm looking forward to seeing what's changing. Like, all I'm looking forward to is, just positive changes going into the next season for some young guys to step up. And at this point, bro, if you're going to limit the offense like this and have DJ just running the ball or taking checkdowns, go ahead and throw the freshman in and see what he has. This is a fifth-year guy. You know what you're going to get. So I'm just pretty much fed up with Florida State. We lost to 2 teams that are not even football schools. They're engineering in Boston College. I don't know what it is, but you got to be smart to get in there. So Florida State is at an all-time low, probably one of the worst teams I've seen since I've been a fan, to be honest, so far. But, we got 10 more games left, so we're going to see. But moving on to Clemson, Dabo Swinney, I love to see this. He's finally getting exposed. I don't really think he's the best human being and best coach. And he's getting exposed for not adapting. Nick Saban is he's had so much success to where he can just be like, I'm going to run my system. My program is the program. The standard is the standard. But he adjusted, and he showed how great he is. And Dabo, ever since that national championship, hasn't adjusted. He doesn't act like the other coaches, and he doesn't take transfers. He doesn't take people in the portal. I just don't understand what he's doing right now. They haven't been successful since Trevor's left, really. They had that one year with DJ where they were 11-2 or 11-3.
Yeah.
But as of now, it's looking like he was carried by a whole bunch of NFL talent and 2 very great college quarterbacks. So I love to see Dabo getting exposed because I really don't like him. But Clemson is in a boatload of trouble, and Georgia looks like Georgia. And lastly, my second team, Colorado, the Buffs. I was excited to see them play on Thursday, but still a little bit worried about some of the same things. The defense still looks, suspect at best. Their tackling didn't look good. They didn't really have much of a pass rush. They kind of did, but they didn't. Overall offense, they're fine. Their protection should do a little bit. I don't know. We got to see how it looks in Nebraska, but offense looks a little better for sure, but defense looks a little bit of the same. Yeah. We made a couple of, questionable calls towards the end of the game, so hopefully that doesn't come back to bite them. But those are 3 teams, I paid attention to the most over the weekend. But looking forward to Colorado, Nebraska, week 2. That's going to be an exciting game with Dylan Raiola and Shador, 2 top-tier players so far. So what do you think about week 2?
Offense definitely going to be rolling in that one, like you said. I don't know. I'm just hoping for a better game. Hopefully, like I said, Deion chewed into the defense a little bit because, like you said, they're looking pretty much the same, like no type of improvements, like from all 3 levels, from the front line to the backers to safeties, and even Shiloh looks a little bit worse. They call him a dirty player, saying he's one of the dirtier players in college football, which is hilarious. But yeah, they got to get things better on that side of the ball. Offense, pretty much didn't really miss a beat. They look pretty much like the same, and only, like you said, really didn't. It's really just the play calling here and there. I think they went through like 3rd or 4th down towards the end of the game to where they were able to give the ball back to North Dakota State. So just things like that. I'm sure they'll clean it up. Hopefully they will. And they look overall better against Nebraska. I don't know who's going to win that one, but definitely be a good, like I said, pick me up for them if they can continue on rolling and go to 2-0. Did you see that tweet that Roddy said about Clemson? He says too many white kids on the field.
Yeah. I think that's a little extreme because Clemson had some Caucasian people that were dogs, but you do need a little melanin out there in the skill positions and stuff.
Yeah.
In the trenches, it's not a race thing. I love Caucasian people, but in the trenches, okay, if it's all Caucasian, you're good. But in the skill positions, little safety, little corner, little receiver, you need a little melanin, man, a little juice.
You do. That just was hilarious. I mean, he had to double down. He had to go back and reiterate what he meant, but it's like it still didn't clean it up that well either. But it was just funny to me. I'm like, oh, that's not something he's supposed to say. But certain folks. Yeah, he was wrong for that one. But no, I do agree with you about the Dabo thing. It's been like that for years, ever since he's been obviously one of the main coaches that's been against the transfer portal. Honestly, I don't think bringing in any transfers.
Like, why are you fighting it, bro? Everybody around you is adapting. You're like, I'm better than everybody else. I'm gonna do it my way.
And he's not. Yeah,
you're not doing anything, eh?
You're not doing anything. Like it hasn't been not one, I guess, successful season since the portal became a thing. They haven't
okay. Like
they really haven't sniffed the playoffs. They've been mediocre, and each year they come in ranked, and I don't really know why, because they go out and do pretty much same thing. Like I said, the AFC isn't, or sorry, the AFC, the ACC isn't the strongest. Obviously, Miami's supposed to be back. North Carolina had a few decent years. They're typically like okay. Who else? Obviously Clemson. And this year obviously a little bit different because they added California, SMU. Who else did they add? I forgot another team.
I forgot who they added, but it's still a weak conference. But some of
I would say overall still a weak conference. So
Miami's stronger. Virginia Tech's a little better. Well, their quarterback's exciting. SMU has a great offense and good offensive coach, so it'll be fun. But I don't know, man. Right now, I hate to say it. As of week 1, let me not overreact too much, but Miami's probably the best team in the ACC right now.
Yeah, I can agree on that as well. Cam Ward was killing us. Like that rollout, I thought he got sacked, but the rollout, finding dude in the back end zone. Yeah, I was like, that was a crazy play. I mean, he was dicing us up the entire game anyway. He was just cool, calm, collected. Like,
hold on, real quick before we move on, I was gonna say that, bro. Like, I know as a Florida fan, it was making you mad. Like, he's always played like that, even when he was at Encarde Ward, the SCF school. But it's low key. It's not arrogant, but he just like, bro, I'm in my own zone. Like, I don't even look like when he was running out of bounds and walking out of bounds. I'm like, this dude, like, he's really playing with them. But
for real, like his own pace, like
I love it.
It's crazy, like he's like seeing like playing at a pace, like that's normal, like a basketball thing, like playing at your own pace. You don't let nobody speed you up. But this is like football, like playing at your own pace in football. Like no, like that's not even a thing, bro. What's going on? But he just made it look effortless, and I'm just like, bro, hit this man, like get him, like you right there, like bro, like road. I'm like, how you not tackle him? I swear to God, he was right there in arm's reach. And I knew it was a touchdown. As soon as he rolled down, I was like, touchdown back in the end zone. I don't know who's gonna catch it, but touchdown. But like I said, you said what?
I said I'm looking forward to watching him play. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not looking forward to Miami winning, but looking forward to watching him play. Yeah, exactly. It's really like overall the quarterback play was really, really
very good. Very good this past week. And if that's what we're supposed to expect this entire year, Heisman race is gonna be crazy. Obviously, the playoffs got extended to what? Was it 14 teams, 12 teams now? Yeah, 12 teams now. So. I mean, y'all really might not even be out of it. Y'all just run the table, win the ACC championship.
I watched the first 2 games. We still got to play Notre Dame. Their defense is we might score 3 points. We still got to play Miami. Florida's a toss-up. We got to play Clemson, SMU, Miami, and Notre Dame. Those are 4 losses right now. If we play at Death Valley too,
those are 4 losses right now.
We're playing at home this year, but I've given up on the season. I want to see growth from the young people and feel optimistic going into the next year, but we're not doing anything with Mr. DJ. And that D-line is looking mid.
Yeah, that might be overweight. You're right. But all right, this is NFL. We did doing our big NFL kickoff show. Like I said, we want to hit on college football for a little bit, but definitely get into the cream of the show, NFL offseason. Just some of the things that we liked from certain teams, certain things that we're expecting from certain teams. Biggest signings, whoever won, all that. So all season kind of recap. Who do you think kind of essentially won it? But like, who do you think was like one of the major signings, one of the major moves that a team did?
I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna keep it with the Jags. I don't know if you're talking about the whole NFL, but I'm gonna keep it with the Jags. NFL. I feel like we had. I don't want to over exaggerate it. I think this is the best offseason we've had since I've really been paying attention. Like I've always watched Jaguar games, but like middle school is when I would start paying attention to free agency and draft and stuff like that. But this is every hole that we had has been masked or covered up a little bit. Like for us to add, our center was the worst in the league last year. We added Mitch Morse, a veteran from Buffalo. Our biggest signing, in my opinion, was Eric Armstead from San Fran D-line to add to that group. Like when you have 2 good edges in Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen, and then when you get that interior pressure, it just helps them out. It's a team effort with the D-line. And then to add to that, we added Mason Smith in the second round. He doesn't have to play right away, so he can learn from 2 really good D linemen. So that helps as well. And then we needed a nickel for the longest. We were throwing – like the crazy thing about the Jaguars is, man, Trey Herndon was our starting nickel for the last 3 years, and he got cut by the Giants in preseason. So that just lets you know some of the players. Like the Giants are one of the worst teams in the league, and we're out here starting guys that can't even make their team. So to replace him with Darnell Savage, a veteran for the Packers that has a lot of experience, it's going to do wonders for our defense. And then our biggest offseason addition outside of Brian Thomas Jr., because he's that vertical threat that Trevor's never had to take the top off the defense. Like, really, he's a good route runner and he's a speed guy, but he's not Brian Thomas Jr. He's not taking the top off for 60 and 70 yards at the time. So that will help our offense as a whole, you know. Having guys have a bigger cushion than they should will help with intermediate routes like comebacks and stuff, and then it'll open up the offense for Evan Ingram and Christian Kirk, which they feel in the intermediate parts of the field. So I'm loving that too. And our biggest addition, I don't know how you feel about this, is D coordinator Ryan Nielsen that used to be with the Falcons.
Oh yeah, for sure. No, definitely
was one of the most surprising, you know, things of the season. And he did that. I feel like the Jaguars have more talent on defense. So what he got out of them, I just feel like he's gonna completely, you know,
reshape our whole defense. Yeah.
Like we got Trayvon Walker and Josh Allen should not be. I know we ran a 3-4, but they should not be covering wheel routes 20 yards down the field. They're trying to cover a comeback. That's not what they do. They go get the quarterback. So switching to a 4-3 where their hand is in the dirt all the time and they're not dropping back is going to work wonders. And then coming into Trayvon Walker's career, like people talked about him sometimes at Georgia, how he played 3 technique and how dominant he was in pass rushing situations, not just run situations, but on third down, going against, you know, slower guards and stuff, and how he would dominate. So I really feel like our defense, I'm not even exaggerating, bro. I really feel like we're going to have a top 10 defense this year and that he's going to get the best out of all our personnel. So in all honesty, I'm going to say, I'm not going to be too nice, but I'm going to give the Jaguars an A- for the offseason. I really think that we don't really have any holes. Like some might get exposed. Our offensive line might not be as good, but we added another receiver. We added another corner, a secondary piece, a nickel. We added another D lineman. We did everything we needed to do. And I'm really feeling good about this team. Like I know the AFC is stacked. This is a wrong year for that, but I'm really feeling optimistic about my team, which is why I keep telling people that we're going to make the playoffs for sure, but there's still a chance we win a division because I know everybody loves the Texans right now, but feeling good about my team. How you feeling in ATL? Well, I know how you're feeling, but let us know how you feel.
No, for sure. I was one of the teams. Well, before like these last 3 weeks, I didn't think we had the greatest of off seasons. Obviously, it was great because we got rid of Arthur Smith, so that made it all the more better. So getting rid of Arthur Smith obviously was the positive. Bringing in Raheem and then his staff was the biggest positive to me. Obviously, we did kind of smaller moves to begin with. You know, most of our offseason happened within the last 3 weeks. So obviously our smaller moves, Rondell Moore, Darnell Mooney, stuff like that, re-signing certain people, and just keeping them in house. With at that point I was on a C-, B, C+ B- type thing. But obviously last few weeks, us being able to, snag Judon, sign Justin Simmons. Obviously, I forgot the big acquisition, Kirk Cousins. That was the main overall. That and Raheem Morris made it a B+ to begin with. But like I said, snagging those defensive pieces, which is well needed. We haven't had a pass rush since
never.
Yeah, literally, John Abrahams might be the last dude I can really remember and be like, outside of Vince one.
Real quick, y'all had that one little dude that had 6 sacks in a game versus the Cowboys. You know what I'm talking about, Claiborne. But that's like the best that had a long time.
Yeah. He had this little game, that one game. He was okay though. I'm not gonna lie. I'll help on him. I won't do too much on him. But yeah, he did all right. He was okay. I liked him. Outside of Vic's one season, we had 14, 16 sacks, something like that. We really ain't had consistent pass rushes like John Abrahams. So definitely glad we can get him. Hopefully he's just able to stay healthy. I'm not worried about the safeties whatsoever now. I'm just glad that we got Grant, second string, because Buddy was just looking lost out there. And for a second round pick, that's just unexcusable. So got the safeties locked down with Justin and Jesse. So we're straight there. I still feel like, which I don't know if something's coming. I saw Jesse, they restructured Jesse Bates' contract earlier. So they opened up some more cap space. So I don't know if we're going to trade. I feel like I've been saying we kind of need another receiver still. Obviously, Rondell Moore went down. I still wasn't feeling that confident with Rondell Moore and Darnell Mooney with Drake London going into the season. But I do know, obviously, we have Kyle Pitts and Bijan. So it's those are other pass catchers that we can kind of move around and throw the ball to. So it's it's not necessary to really have that second solid wide receiver, which I think they're expecting Darnell, to kind of step up and be that good slot for us. But I still think we could make another move and grab somebody, because the type of moves that we're making is seeming like we're trying to go for it. This year, obviously, we got Kurt under contract for 2 years, essentially, until we'll probably give the reins over to Michael Penix. But I think we had a solid offseason. Like I said, these last 2-3 moves that we're making really bolster us up to like an A+. But outside of us, I definitely would say I think Chicago and, like you said, Houston to me probably had the pretty solid off seasons. Obviously, with Chicago, they traded Justin, but you get the number 1 pick, you draft Caleb. They brought in Kevin Byard. Obviously, going to get Keenan Allen, you draft Rome.
They got Swift too, DeAndre Swift.
Swift. Yeah, they got Swift. Last year they obviously traded for Sweat and signed him to an extension.
I forgot about that. He played good for Chicago too.
And obviously they already got Jalen Johnson. Like their defense was kind of already set. Like I said, bringing Kevin Byard in definitely helps solidify that secondary as well. And then just their offense should be going crazy this year. That's why I slip drafted Caleb Williams for my starting quarterback for fantasy. But they should be going crazy this year. Same like remnants for Houston as well. Like got.
I think we got a better looking team though. Like CJ's rookie year, nobody thought they were going to be that good. Chicago on paper looks crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. On paper, they look ridiculous. Like they really set him up for like success. Like it's like obviously he's a rookie, so it's going to be like excuses here and there, learning curve. But it's like when you look at it on paper, it's like damn, it's no excuses. Like they should take that division. Like I mean, I guess Green Bay's there, but at the same time, Green Bay, I'm tripping. Green Bay and Detroit, like that's like a tough division. I guess really the only lack is going to be the Vikings, but they may not even be out the mix. I was say they might not even be out of the mix, but still on paper, like you said, they look like a solid team. Outside of them, like I said, Houston for the same reasons. Joe Mixon, their receiving group is ridiculous. They got to trade one of them. You already know Dave's gonna be unhappy about week 2. Yeah, it's Nico Collins, obviously Michi, what 4th string on the roster, really.
I saw something on Twitter. I don't think it was a reliable source, but like Atlanta's a good option. He could be a 2 or 3.
They were saying that they might trade for him and take it. Like I wouldn't mind it. I mean, take a flyer.
He got cancer the first year, the second year he didn't play like that. So you never know. You don't know what he
was balling in college, and like you said, the cancer kind of threw things off. Even the preseason, he had a pretty solid campaign in preseason as well. So I mean, they got too many receivers on the roster. I'm sure they're probably looking to deal one of them, and more like he'll be the odd man out. So. I wouldn't mind it. I'd take them.
Before we move on, another sleeper team. Not sleeper team. I just think they're going to be really, really good this year. I think Philly, like, it's not too many crazy moves, but them adding Saquon. Saquon's never played with this much talent in his life. He's played against all he's done his entire career is play against 9-man boxes because they don't have a vertical threat. They had Odell when he first got there, but like you got
kind of injured here and there, so.
You got A.J. Brown, you got Devontae Smith, you got Dotson in the slot, you got Goddard with a good offensive line. So they can't stack the box. They bring 9 up. They're going to throw it over their head because Devontae and A.J. are deep threats. And then if you give them a light box because they're backing off 6, you got this O-line. Saquon, I'm not going to lie, bro. Saquon might have I don't know if he'll do it how he was his rookie year where he had 2,000 all-purpose, but he's going to be a top 3 back this year. Like, I picked him up in fantasy just for that reason. I really feel highly about the Eagles as a whole. Defense got to be better, but Bradbury not out there, so they're gonna be straight. But I really feel good about the Eagles. I hate to say that because Niles won't shut up, but I'm feeling good about the Eagles this year too. They didn't make too many crazy moves, but they did enough. And another thing, Howie, bro, Howie is one of the best GMs in the league. He's always one step ahead. Like, let me pay Devontae and AJ before all these receivers get paid $30-40 million.
Because that was the next question I was about to ask you, bro. I was about to say, what do you feel about all these receivers getting the $30 mil contracts? Because it's lit crazy.
No, we can talk about it real quick. I just got a little bit to say. I mean, it's cool and all, but I'm not going to lie to you. The amount of good college receivers there are, they might stop paying people, bro. Like, you got Jeremiah Smith, you got Travis Hunter, you got the dude from Arizona. I can't say his last name, and I'm not even going to try to say it. You got Luther Burden from Missouri. Like, it's just so many good college receivers coming through and getting drafted. And, all these teams are hitting on guys in the 2nd and 3rd round. Like, I get it. A guy like Justin Jefferson or Jamar Chase, I think I got to keep him. But some of these guys aren't going to be getting paid. Like, some of them, like the Brandon Ayuk's or people that are, like, on the borderline top 10, they'll be like, I think we can draft somebody. If you have a history of drafting good receivers, I don't think they're going to be able to pay these guys forever like that. Like,
not $30 million a year.
Who would be the next receiver up to get paid? I can't even think right now.
Yeah, right now I can't even.
I mean, got paid, kinda.
It's definitely not Drake London. No, I don't think they give him $30 million. But he's like, I'm trying to think of like them because like obviously Justin and Chase were what
y'all got paid. He got paid
draft. So it'd be like whoever's 21 draft 22. Chase, I mean, is waiting for his.
I don't think any other receivers broken out like them, though. I mean, Puka's coming up, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
We got to see it. He only had 1 year. We don't know yet, but
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna be able to pay these guys forever. That's basically what I'm trying to get.
Yeah,
at.
it's just too much talent at that position.
Bro, it's every year. Somebody like nobody thought Puka was gonna do what he did, but
yeah,
people are finding diamonds in the rough every year, bro. So they're like,
Exactly.
I'd rather draft and pay these guys a couple mil, and then unless you're that dude, unless you're T.O., Randy Moss, Jerry Rice, like
the next coming up. Yeah. Nah, it's definitely crazy though. But I mean, Cowboys, I guess, didn't really have no choice, being that they keep losing talent. More likely Dak, if they don't sign Dak to an extension, he might be out of there too. And then obviously Justin's just Justin. I knew he'd get his deal. Chase is holding out for his. He'll probably end up getting something close to that ballpark as well. But like you said, it's just too much. It's way too much talent at that position. Like you said, even each year, because somebody's coming up, somebody's different. Or like you said, you can honestly plug and play. Like, you don't. There's some. I mean, San Fran. I mean, technically they don't have a number one. They got just really solid guys. Like obviously, Ayuk. Who did I accidentally draft? Debo.
they got your boy from Florida, Ricky Person.
Yeah, like they can just do it by committee. Honestly, like you don't have to. Like I guess they technically paid those guys, or they paid Ayuk just now, but yeah, like even like something of that nature, like something close.
Okay,
to
real
that.
quick, a guy like Ayuk in the future, if this was 2 or 3 years down the line, I don't think he's getting paid.
Oh yeah, no, for sure, not at all.
49ers in a bad spot, especially after.
I honestly thought they was going to trade him. I was surprised they kind of came to a deal. Don't know what happened on the back end of things or behind the scenes, but
that boy was being so picky, bro. He said, "I don't want to go to New England." They had a deal in place to go to Cleveland, and they had like an offer that he would accept it. But he was like, "I don't want to play for Cleveland either." I'm like, "Bro, take the discount and stay with San Fran." He came to realization like, I'm in a good spot. I'm with a very good offensive coach, a good roster. Like, let me stay here and win.
Yep, facts.
If you went to Cleveland, though, they would have been nice. I'm
about to say it's been straight. I guess does nobody want to be in that city.
I don't know about I know Coop's older, bro, but Coop balled last year. Like, I don't know why Cleveland was so willing to trade him like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I don't know. Each year he just plays solid. He's just solid as a receiver, which is another reason why I always draft him in fantasy as well. But it's like he may have a game or two here where he just don't really do nothing. But he's always
piss you off.
Yes, on God. But I guess it's all just going to be dependent on just Deshaun and how he plays. I know he ain't going to probably not returning back to that 2017-18 form, but he as long as he plays like he was starting to before he got hurt last year, it may be okay. But yeah, same. I don't know. But that's the whole thing. We'll just move off of that. Like I said, these 30 million receivers. I'm pretty sure Jeff eventually is going to switch from running backs to wide receivers because, I mean, we already know the position, the deeper position. But like you said, soon or later, like everybody can't be a $30 million receiver. Like that's just not how it's going to work. So, but moving on, I know you kind of hit on some of the, things that they did this offseason. Obviously, one of my favorite moves, obviously, you guys got Nielsen from us. So I think that defense is really good and really improved. But just Jaguar season outlook, I know you say you think y'all make the playoffs. Obviously, defense is going to be a lot stronger. Trevor Lawrence now has a deep threat in Brian Thomas Jr. What do you think you guys are looking like this offseason or this upcoming season? Obviously, your division got a little bit better. What do you think you guys are going to do?
You got to take it game by game, but I do have some guarantees. Like I guarantee that we will make the playoffs this year and that we will be a little better. It just all depends on health. Like last year, losing Trevor and then losing Kirk, we didn't know how much. We knew how good Kirk was for us since he got there, but we didn't know how much we really needed him. I know we got some young guys stepping up in the wings, but as long as we stay healthy, we'll be good, man. This is the best roster I've seen, and it's better than the 2017 year when we were supposed to go to the Super Bowl. So I don't know defensively if it was that good, but I think so. But I think we're gonna be good, man. We have a lot of talent. We have a top. What would I put Evan? We got top 10 running back, top 12-ish quarterback, top 10 running back, top 5 tight end, top 6 tight end. A nice core of receivers. We got we got a lot of guys that can play, and I just feel like everybody's bought in, and it's just gonna be one of them years. Like people aren't understanding either when they keep talking about the Texans. If we didn't lose damn near every game to end the season, we wouldn't even be having this convo. Okay, CJ looks very good. They wouldn't even been in the playoffs. Like, think about it, Jelani. We lost 5 out of 6 to end the year. And all we had to do was beat Tennessee in week 17, week 18, and we we're gonna get in. So they're acting like the Texans just dominated the division. Like, in the last time we played, we beat them at their home field with everybody they had. So I don't understand all the Houston hype. I understand they're gonna be good, but people are sleeping on the Jags. I know I sound like a homer, but this is my team, and I think Trevor's going to have his best season as a pro, obviously, and shut all the people up. So I'm feeling good about the team, and I'm really excited, bro. Week 1 is going to be a tough test. Like, if we lose, I'm going to be mad, but I'm not going to be that mad because Miami always comes out the gates really hot, and they're hard to stop. Like, I've never seen Tyreek play in person, bro, so I know I'm going to get mad. But I'm looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to the season. I really truly believe. If you want me to give a record indication, I'll say the Jaguars go 11-6 this year.
Okay, that's solid. That's facts. I feel that. Yeah, I think they're gonna be, like I said. You said what?
No, I'm saying we're gonna be anywhere from if we don't win the when do you call it, the division, will be the 5 seed, but I think we'll be anywhere from 3 to 5 seed. I don't think we're touching the 1 or 2 right now. Nah.
Okay, yeah. I know Walker was going back and forth with you in the chat the other day about the top 8 teams that he felt like might be better than the Jags, but like I said, I mean, I got obviously. It's preseason. It was the last preseason game, though. So, I mean, like, obviously, Doug played starters a decent amount. But I did like what I saw from y'all.
Okay, real quick, before you go, bro, I don't want to cut you off no more. But, like, that's the little thing I wanted to say. Like, I know it was against the Falcons backups, but it'd be something if we didn't look good or dominate. Like, we had 2 drives. We went right down the field methodically. We had a couple third downs. But we look how we're supposed to look. So, it'd be another thing if we didn't look good. But we look good, and Trevor was feeling it. So I'm
that's all. Yep, exactly. Like pretty much like you said, they backups are not like they look good doing it. Like you still playing against professionals at the end of the day. So if that's how they're gonna look, obviously they're gonna continue to improve. They've had another week, 2 weeks rather, to even improve on that. So I mean, they do look solid in my opinion. Obviously, like you said, it's a stacked AFC, so it's gonna definitely be a lot of competition. Vying for those last few wild card playoff spots, but. Overall, like I said, I think the team is in a pretty good position. Especially like I said, Nielsen, the way from what I saw him do with what we had to what it looked like at the end of the year, and I think y'all's defense has probably a little bit more talent than we did last year. Obviously, I know we signed Jesse Bates. We still have, AJ Terrell, and then Grady Jarrett, at the front, but and then we signed Aminyata. So I mean, I know we have some pieces to work with, but I think obviously you guys have certain positions on defense that I think are very important to have, which are pass rushers.
Our D line's already better. And what we did, we have an underrated guy named Andre Cisco in our defense. He's a real he's a robber. So Jesse like Bates a lot. Jesse Bates is better, but I just feel like Andre Cisco.
Andre Cisco, he's fire. I like him. He's a good piece in the back, or in the back. Yeah. So
you have to pay him too, bro.
They're gonna have to.
Year, so we're gonna see.
It's coming up. Extension's coming up for sure. But yeah, like I say, y'all definitely solid, but definitely gonna be some competition in that AFC. Obviously, moving on to my squad, a little less competition in the NFC. Has gotten a little weaker over the years, but we definitely, like I said, made a lot of upgrades that we talked about a little bit earlier. Overall outlook for the season, I think, like I said, the moves that they're making, obviously the first move they made was getting Raheem, and then obviously going to sign Kirk Cousins. Just overhauling the whole staff. The type of moves that they're making and they made in the last few weeks, it's kind of it's like, all right, we're a playoff. We should be winning the division. I think once we signed Kurt and then, obviously got Raheem as the head coach to, and realized our division hasn't been that strong ever since Brady left. It was win the division. That's kind of like win the division, obviously get the playoff spot, get one home game. But now, like I said, all these moves that we're making on defense, and then who knows, maybe another move, either defense or offensively coming up, maybe before the season start or first week of the season. They're looking like, I'm not saying it's definitely not a Super Bowl, but they're definitely feeling like they have the pieces to vie for like maybe a second round, maybe NFC Championship type team. Don't think we're really there yet. Got to hold the brakes on that. Like we still obviously have teams such as the Eagles. We got San Fran.
Detroit.
Those are Detroit. I would say probably the 3 top teams right now in the NFC. So got to hold the brakes on that. But I think if we do what we're supposed to do, Kirk stays healthy, defense stays healthy as a whole. Our offense, with Zach Robinson, I think we're going to look totally different than what we look like under Arthur Smith. Actually get the ball. Actually have a good quarterback. We have a viable quarterback that's going to be able to get the ball to our playmakers. We may be okay.
I know you're going to keep going. I know, like, for a fact, I got love for the Falcons. It's not my team, though. I know y'all are going to be better because y'all won 7 games with Ritter and Heineke, bro. Like, people get on Kirk, but he's not a scrub, bro. He's a good. Yes. It's like his 13th year in the league. If he was a scrub, he'd be out by now, bro.
For sure. I mean, he's consistent during the regular season for sure. So
yeah,
he can carry us to the playoffs. Like I said, hopefully he won't choke in the playoffs. But that's all I'm asking for. Like I said, literally won 7 games, and still at chances had a chance to win the division and be in the playoffs last year with, like you said, Desmond Ridder and Taylor Heineke. Like, what the hell what are we doing? But like I said, we now have a capable quarterback to be able to get our playmakers the ball. We actually have a offensive coordinator now because Arthur Smith he can't. I don't know why he felt like he can do both all the time. He should have learned by the second season when we were 7-10 again that you can. And the type of play calls he was making, it still sticks to me to this day. I think we're in the red zone. It was 3rd down, and he ran like a tight end pass to a tight end pass,
Jonnu Smith. Yes. I remember that.
Jonnu to our fucking third string tight end. I'm like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? We're like 3 yards away from all in all, like we finally have an offensive coordinator. We have a head coach that's gonna, head the defense, but also just be a head coach. And we have an offensive coordinator that's gonna call plays. I know during the preseason, everything was kind of methodical. He just, it was cookie cutter, vanilla play calling, but I don't expect that whatsoever this upcoming season. So definitely feel like we should win the division. I'm saying 10-7, 11-6, because we do. Overall, they say our schedule is easy, but we do have a tough first 4 games, in my opinion. Obviously, we play Kansas City, Pittsburgh, Saints, and then the Eagles, I believe. Yeah, so we have a tough first 4 games. But I think after that, obviously, we played Panthers twice, Saints twice, Tampa Bay twice. Even though, honestly, in my opinion, I don't think Tampa Bay I honestly don't think the Panthers are going to be as bad as people think they are. And I don't think Tampa Bay is going to be pretty much close to what they were last year. I think the Saints are the only team that's kind of going to, I feel like, take a backseat a little bit just because they haven't fully improved that much. Derek Carr is not good. And that's just pretty much it. To a backseat. They're going to take a backseat to the division. I think the Panthers and Bucs are going to actually be okay-ish, but we should win the division. I'm expecting at least 1 playoff win for the type of team and type of hype that's around them at this moment, as long as everyone stays healthy.
It's gonna have to be the right matchup, but I can't wait to cool. I agree with you what you were saying earlier that y'all might need to add another receiver because Mooney's good, but he's not consistent enough. But I just feel like the type of quarterback Kirk is, he's gonna feed Kyle Pitts and Drake. I know Kyle got to stay healthy because he has a hamstring, but y'all got some exciting pieces, bro. Like it's looking good in the ATL. Like I already said, I got to catch a couple games because I know y'all gonna make the playoffs this year. The only threat is the Bucs because they brought back everybody pretty much. But
yeah,
other than that, the Saints, they for the longest, bro. When I used to get on Madden, I was never a fan of the Saints, so I never paid attention to. I paid attention to this team and roster, but not their cap situation. It's been bad for years. And Sean Payton said, "My quarterback's gonna leave. Certain positions. Cam Jordan's getting old. Mario Davis." He said, "I'm finna bounce a little bit early." He's like, what's his name? The Warriors GM, Joe Lacob or whatever his name is.
Yep. Don't want to deal with the aftermath of what they've created, but
they're in a bad cap situation, bro. They don't have any really young studs on their team. They have Olave. Alvin Kamara's old for running back age. I don't know. I mean, Saints had their time, though. And I just feel so bad for them because, people always talk about windows. And they had a, 3 or 4 year window where they were in the playoffs and they kept choking. And now and back to
now it's looking like it's like gotta get in rebuild mode but can't really get in rebuild mode, so they really just stuck.
I know it's a little off topic and we're about to move on, but I kind of I wonder if the Niners are going to be the same way. I think the Niners have a little bit of a better roster than the Saints did, but that Super Bowl window is closing because everybody's getting old. Kittle's 30, Debo's pushing 30, and 30 for Debo is old because of the way he plays, and you got all these big contracts. Trent, I don't know how Trent Williams is still cooking. He's like 38. He's still the best tackle in the league.
He is old, but
he's not going to be there forever either, bro. So you got to capitalize on that window.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see their downfall sooner or later. Like you said, they just, I don't know. It's like, and then we think about like they trade, like they value players now than the draft picks a lot of times. So it's like maybe they continue with that philosophy. I don't know. Obviously, they don't have to pay the quarterback position at least this year again. Like we'll I guess revisit it next year and figure out what they're going to do with Purdy. More likely, how much they got to pay him or whatever the case may be. But you already put a lot of money into Debo and Ayuk. Obviously, your defensive line, I think they already paid Bosa, didn't they? If not, I'm sure some type of extensions. Yeah, some type of extension probably coming. But and then what you call it as well.
Chase Young's not there. Armstead just left.
Yeah, I know Armstead left, but they're back.
Running back? CMC is low too.
Yeah, CMC. But what you call it? Was it Warner? Their linebacker. I don't know why his name's. Yeah.
They have so many. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not trying to say all these dudes are Hall of Famers. They're obviously not, but they got. Now they don't have that many locks. I think Trent and Warner are gonna get in, but they have like all pros at every.
Yeah,
they got the Hawaiian dude at safety, Hufanga. They got Ward at corner, Warner. They got Bosa, Trent Williams, McCaffrey, Debo, Ayuk. Like, I feel bad for them, bro, because they're really supposed to win both times they played the Chiefs, but that's how it goes, bro. You just got. I mean, I know you know the pain of losing the Super Bowl. I don't, but. When you there, bro, you got to win it. I'd rather not get there than lose it. I'm not going to lie to you. I'd rather lose in the play before that than lose in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and lose the way that obviously my team has lost before and the way that they lost when they had Jimmy there as well. Because they definitely were supposed to win that year.
10 points in the fourth quarter. No, I don't think were they up 10 points in the fourth quarter?
Yeah, they was up 10 in the fourth, I believe.
In the fourth.
I don't know about that. Yeah, for sure with Jimmy playing. I'm not too sure about the other time. But
they should have won both times, put it like that. That's all we know. Crazy.
Yeah.
But gotta capitalize, man.
Yep. They say set this up, but like I said, there could be another one of those years. Like I said, we know they're right there, the top three for sure. But we'll see. But overall, my Falcons, I'm hoping for at least one playoff win. Like I said, it does depend on the matchup, but if it's a home game, I expect that win. No excuses. But moving on, we're gonna hit on some of the divisions just because we're coming off of the team. I think we just hit on some of it about the NFC South, but just predictions. I kind of gave mine already. So this one will probably be kind of quick, but I said the Saints are definitely going to take a back seat. We kind of already said why. Have no cap space, have no young guys. Quarterback is not the greatest, and a lot of their star players are kind of getting old. Even Lattimore, Thomas is Thomas not even with them anymore. He was a free agent. Kamara is, like I said, kind of old for running back age. And I don't think they didn't really have no key free agent signings. They didn't really do too much to improve. Even with a weaker division, everyone still did a little bit to improve, whether it was the Bucks keeping everybody. Panthers made a few moves. Obviously, they got Deontay Johnson in. Obviously, Bryce Young has another year under his belt. They got another receiver. I forgot who it was. But basically, they made a few moves here and there. I think they're not going to be as bad as people think they're going to be. But if I was to rank the kind of division, I'd say Falcons, Bucks, Panthers, Saints. Like I said, it's a weaker division for sure, but I think it's ours for the taking.
Yeah, we can keep this one quick. I have the same exact rankings as you. I feel like the Bucks could. It just depends on how they come out. I think they could lose week 1 to the Commanders, but you just never know with the Falcons. As long as we get a consistent Kirk and all the Falcons, main guys stay healthy, they'll be good. Everything you said about the Saints is true. Their cap situation is bad. Everybody's getting old. Their best bet is them hitting on Spencer Rattler and finding a new coach midway through the season and struggling, and then getting a good draft pick and then just rebuilding the right way. Because it's just ugly. Like, all they have young-wise is they have, I forgot his name, number 22, Raheed Shaheed.
I guess for receivers, he just really is kind of like a deep.
Jawan Johnson's all right, the tight end. He's cool. But other than that, everybody's old, man. Honey Badger's still making plays, but he's old. Lattimore's career has kind of been wasted, too, because he was there when they were, like, good as a youngin'. But
now he's starting to get nagging injuries and stuff, so he's, like, in and out a lot.
Yeah, and the Panthers, like you said, I think the Panthers are going to be 3 because this is year 2 of Bryce. They got I don't know how to say his name. I don't like butchering people's names, but he was with Geno Smith his first year when he bought out. Then he went with Baker. He was his OC. So their head coach is really good with quarterbacks. And it's giving 2 guys their best years, Geno and Baker, back-to-back. So I think he'll be better with Bryce as long as they can protect him. And they do have some better weapons. Thielen's still there. I know he's old and slow, but he knows how to get open. Got Deontay Johnson and then Leggett from South Carolina. So he has better weapons than he had all year last year. And as long as they can protect him, he's good. Because, like, the biggest knock on Bryce, I know he didn't have a great season. And obviously compared to CJ, it sucks to suck. It is what it is. But, like, for him to be that small, he didn't get hurt like people thought. Like, people thought he wasn't going to be able to last. Like, he missed one game, but that was because of an ankle. Nothing crazy. Like, I think he'll be better. And I don't think Bryce is a scrub. I know his career might not pan out how people want it to because of how small he is and fragile, but I think they're going to be okay. I give the Panthers like 5-6 wins this year. A little scrappy football team.
Yeah, a little bit more improvement. They'll be in games. We'll say that. It won't be like just, we circling them. They on the schedule and treating them as food. So I think they'll compete a little bit more this year for sure. But moving on to your side of the ball, your division, got the AFC South. Predictions, who you think does what and finishes where?
We'll keep this one kind of quick too, since we already kind of hit on it a little bit. I got Jags 1, Texans 2, Colts 3, Titans 4. I know some people aren't that high on the Titans. I'm not that either because they added a bunch of old talent, like people past their prime, like Quadre Diggs, Jamal Adams. Like when somebody sent me, they got Jamal Adams. I was like, bro, Jamal Adams hasn't been good since 2020, bro. But I like them. Like, this is kind of a hot take. People think the division is okay. Some people think it's really good. I think every team in the division will win 7 games. I don't think the Colts make the playoffs because the AFC is so crazy, but they were one throw away from making the playoffs with Minshew, and he played the entire season. This is the same team. They just added A.D. Mitchell and Latu in the draft, which is a good pass rusher. But that's my order. I got Jags 11-6, 12-5. Texans right behind them, if not the same record, and we having a tiebreaker. Got the Colts going like 9-8, 8-9, and then the Titans like 7-10. So basically, just going in a big circle from left to right. Big square from left to right.
Yeah, Jags, Texans, Colts.
You got Colts.
Titans. Like you said, Titans. I guess it was a preseason game I was watching. I was like, I didn't even realize. Like, I guess obviously I'm not paying attention too much to their offseason moves, but literally, like you said, they just added a bunch of old names. Like basically, just they got names. Like Calvin Ridley. Obviously, they already had DeAndre Hopkins. Got Tony Pollard. Like you said, Jamal Adams, Quadre Diggs. Like they basically just had a bunch of old head names, and I'm just like, and it's like they're not even like super old, but it's like they're old for their time in football because of so many injuries and stuff. So I'm just like, they actually might be all right. They might be solid. It could be decent, but like you said, who knows? It all still has to come together. They still got to stay healthy. And like I said, the division got a lot better, especially like I said, the Jags and Texans. I feel like are 1 and 2, could be interchangeable. We'll see as the season plays out. Obviously, Indiana, they're not too bad either. Indianapolis, they'll be pretty good. Hopefully, Anthony Richardson can stay healthy. And they always have a solid defense. They always stay in the mix and kind of can figure things out. But I think they still going to play second fiddle to the top 2 teams. But if I had to choose at the moment, like I said, just because I'll give them the nod. Just because they obviously were number 1 in division all last year until, like you said, they lost those last 5 or 6. But the Texans, I don't know. It's going to be interchangeable for sure. It's going to be – those games are going to be fun to watch. Like those games, each the 2 matchups they have are definitely probably going to be games of the week. So I say Jags, Texans, but I could easily say Texans, Jags, and then, like I said, third, Colts, and then Titans will probably finish out 4th. But it's going to be a fun division to watch.
We're going to see, bro. Like I feel like I'm playing like people just forgot about us. Like we didn't the collapse. Okay, we collapsed, but so many things had to happen. It wasn't like we had our complete team and we just started getting beat. We're gonna see. That's why we line up and play. You
gotta strap it up every week. So we're gonna see. It's definitely gonna be one of the better and funner divisions to watch for sure. But NFC North, another division that should be pretty good to watch as well. What do you think is going to play out in this division?
This is a fun division. This is the second best division in football right now. I know, like, the Bears got to show us something, but this division is fun. And I'm really torn between who's going to be 1. I'm going with the Lions for now because I trust them, but it just depends on how the Packers look. They're a young team, and they've had that little taste of playoff, experience, and I feel like they're ready to go. They're not scared of anybody because if we're being honest, they should have beat San Francisco in that divisional round game. And they're the youngest team. I'm not gonna lie, the Packers have done a good job post A-Rod and post Brett Favre. Like, just And it just seems like the Packers always hit on, like, they don't have that T.O. or that Justin Jefferson, but they have a lot of really good receivers. Like back in the day with A-Rod, they had like Donald Driver, Greg Jennings, Jordy Nelson. Now they got I'm not comparing them to them because those guys are actually much better. I'm tripping, but you got Dobbs, you got Wicks, you got Christian Watson. Hopefully, you got the hamstring problem fixed. Like, they got guys and they know how to surround their quarterback. They added Josh Jacobs. Like, they got to show me. I wouldn't be surprised if they finish one, but I'm gonna go with the Lions because I respect the way they've built from the ground up. Dan Campbell, he's established the culture. They drafted very well. Panay Sewell, St. Brown, Jahmyr Gibbs, Aiden Hutchinson. Like, they're doing it the right way. And the same way with the Packers, both NFC North teams should have beat the 49ers. And hopefully they can capitalize on those mistakes if they see them again. But the Lions are looking good, bro. I'm not really surprised that people are having them as like a Super Bowl pick and stuff. It's all up to Jared Goff, and the defense has to be a little better, but that offense is going to be cooking. That's an understatement. But I'm going to go Lions 1, Packers 2, Bears 3, Vikings 4. But just like I said with the AFC South, I think every team in this division wins 7 games. The Bears just got to show me. On paper, they look phenomenal, and if Caleb is what we think he is, it's going to be a really fun rookie year. Like, he might break a couple of records. Just all over. Another team that's drafted well. I know they haven't drafted everybody, but they've done a pretty good job in keeping their talent as well. So, we're going to see. And lastly, the Vikings. They're a sleeper team for me, bro. Everybody sees Sam Darnold. He sucks. Sam's okay to me. He's not a starter, but he's like that bottom level starter, really good backup, like 25 to 40 for quarterback. And like another thing people didn't realize last year, Brian Flores had that defense cooking because on paper, that defense, the year before they were the worst in the league in passing for sure. But his aggressive style, and he's really got those young guys to buy in, and their defense is very underrated. And we know what the offense is with Kevin O'Connell. He's a little young McVay. He's going to bring that West Coast system, and he's going to get his playmakers the ball. And I think they have a nice – I like their offense. Like, I know I kind of feel bad for Aaron Jones. I don't know what the Packers saw, but like he basically got replaced by Josh Jacobs, and he just like, let me go to the division rival. I think they're gonna be good. They got Addison, Jefferson, TJ Hawkinson. I know he's coming off an injury, so he won't be there for the beginning of the year, but he's a very, very good tight end. And I just think overall they got a little nice old machine. They're not gonna win the division or come in second, but it wouldn't surprise me if they snuck into the wild card because the NFC is not that crazy, but. This is honestly like the AFC North is the best division, but this is probably going to be one of the funner divisions or my favorite division this year. A lot of young players, a lot of young talent everywhere.
Yeah. Same thing. Same here as well. Like I said, obviously your division is one of the ones I'm watching and I'm going to keep an eye out on. But same thing with this one, like you said, it's just young talent, especially from those 3 teams that you said, Green Bay, Chicago, and Detroit. I'd have Detroit 1 as well. I'd say Chicago might sneak and get that second pick. I don't know. Like you said, Green Bay's going to have to kind of show me. Like you said, they got young talent, and it's like young talent that just goes. It's like it's one of those squads, like, like in Little League when we grew up, it's like them squads, like it's kind of just like they rough around the edges. They just do whatever. Like they not, like you said, they're not scared. They're playing with no conscience,
no fear.
Essentially, they're just out there, just going. They just go. That's it. So like I said, especially that offense, like I said. If Jordan Love takes that next step, protect the ball a little bit better, make a little, he made pretty good decisions last year, but protect the ball, makes good decisions.
Like, bro, who's old on that offense? Their oldest starting receiver is like 24.
That's what I'm saying. The whole receiving core is young. Obviously, Jordan Love is young. Josh Jacobs probably one of the old, like obviously outside of their lineman, he's like probably 26, bro. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Exactly. I was outside like that lineman, like he might be the oldest. One of the oldest skill position starters, because even their tight end is young. Forgot buddy's name. Yeah, Musgrave. So yeah, they're pretty much set. But like I said, I think it's just gonna have to be repeating because like sometimes it is those teams, especially those young teams, that they have like you said, a taste of the playoffs. They have a good year. They're all they're playing well. They're successful, and then that next year they kind of crumble and collapse a little bit. And Jordan Love just got paid. Don't think that's going to be really any indication of what he's going to do, but that kind of sometimes fuels other players and other teams to kind of come after you.
Tell me if I'm tripping a little bit before we move on. I think, like, all right, it's cool he got paid, and I know the market's the market, and his upside or what they see on film, they're like, we're going to pay this dude. But the first half of the season was rocky. Like it was.
Yeah, it was too early. I don't wouldn't have gave it to him.
But you kind of have. I understand you kind of have to, but. And then if you don't pay him, it's going to, mess up the relationship down the road. But it'd be messed up if he doesn't do exactly what he did. And tell me if I'm tripping about this. They kind of remind me of the Jaguars in a way. Not really, because, like, we had that year where we heated up towards the end of the season, got that playoff win. Everybody was high on Trevor and the Jaguars. And then we had a good year last year, but we plateaued at the end. Like, I kind of feel like the Packers could be the same type of team. People putting them in their Super Bowl predictions like they're doing with us, and I'm like, yo, just chill just a little. But I mean, we're gonna find out.
Yeah, I mean, it's a possibility. You never know. Like you say, it could just continue to ascend, and like I said, that young talent continues to grow together and become a solid unit. But I don't know. I'm just really excited to see this Bears team. Like you said, each week, anytime all four of these teams will match up, whatever the matchup is going to be a good game. It's going to be a fun game. I can guarantee that for sure. But I'd say Bears second, Green Bay third, maybe, and then Vikings fourth. Moving on, what we got next? We have the AFC North, another one of the divisions that has been pretty solid for some years and has been one of the better divisions to watch for the last few years as well. Obviously, we got Joe Burrow, we got Lamar Jackson, Steelers. I don't know. Steelers are going to be the Steelers, but they got Mike Tomlin. That's the consistency that we know. Mike Tomlin never has a losing season.
So annoying.
He's never going to have a losing season. I don't know how he does it, but they got Russ at the helm over there. Hopefully they start off. We're going to make them start off 0-1, but he's going to figure out how to get them to win the season for sure. And then obviously the Browns. So another division that's going to be competitive. I don't know. I'm gonna say Baltimore. Obviously, I think Baltimore takes the division again. I mean, regular season wise, they've found ways to be unstoppable. It's just when it comes to the playoff time, it just never goes the way like they wanted to. But obviously, adding Derrick Henry, a little older, but still a bruiser. I think they did lose Patrick Queen though. But all in all, like defensively, they're another team that, like, no matter if they lose players here and there, like, they're still going to always be solid, and they're always going to have probably top 10 defense. So I think they're still the number one. I still think they're the team to beat in the division. 2 can be up for grabs between the Browns and Bengals for sure. I think the Browns, honestly, is just going to depend on health because they're always getting hurt, like always getting hurt. But their health and how Deshaun Watson plays, I think, can determine whether they're second seed, if they could be in the playoffs, or if they're just a team that wins 6-7 games. So their health is important. Deshaun, I think, is important as well. Obviously, the Bengals, I don't know. Their offense is going to be their offense. I know they added Zach Brown. They said Chase Brown or Zach Moss. They said Chase Brown's outplaying them though, or has been outplaying them during the preseason. But they have a decent little 1-2 punch back there. Obviously, they still have T. Higgins and Jamar. Then if Joe is able to stay healthy, they should be fine as well. So I don't know. I think that second spot is going to be tough. I think out of this division, 3 of these teams still can very possibly find their way into the playoffs, and Steelers would just find their way having a winning season again. But I say Baltimore, Bengals, Cleveland, Steelers.
Bro, this division is like, I'm not saying I want to be the hot take person or I want to be like different, but I'm just going to go with what I think because, it's always a team that's going to surprise you, but some of these teams are too good to doubt. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. I know every year Lamar has been healthy, and finished the full season. The Ravens have won it, but I feel like the Bengals are a little different this year. They added not too many crazy pieces. Their team already was pretty good, but I think a key signing they had was Mike Gesicki. Like, I know he's not the craziest tight end in the world, but he's a pure pass catching tight end. Line him up in the spot. And
they haven't had that really.
Joe Burrow hasn't. His best tight end was C.J. Uzomah, and shout out to him. He's from Gwinnett. He went to North Gwinnett, but he's not the best tight end in the world. But nothing would surprise me, bro, because I'll talk about the teams after I do this. I got Bengals first, Ravens second, Browns third, Steelers fourth. Like, the Browns could really, people think I'm joking, but they really could win the division. Like, if you look at their defense on paper, their secondary is low-key one of the best in the league. That defense as a whole, bro, at all levels, they got
Yeah.
studs everywhere. As long as Deshaun is healthy and plays pretty good football, I really think they'll make the playoffs. Like, I know Judy is just an average receiver, but adding Judy to that mix with Elijah Moore and Njoku, Nick Chubb's not there the first couple of games, but Jerome Ford was good in his absence. Like, there's not really a deficiency on the team. O-line is a little banged up, but they got Jedrick Willis. I don't know if Benito's hurt, but it's all on Deshaun. If everybody stays healthy,
it's
all
crazy.
on
It's literally
Deshaun,
we
bro.
keep
Like,
saying
they
it's
could
like
go
all on
12-5. That roster is Jimmy Haslam, or not Jimmy Haslam. Yeah, Jimmy Haslam. I forgot the GM's name, the black guy. But they've done a great job of constructing a roster, and they have a good coach in Stefanski, and they have a really good defense. So I wouldn't be surprised if the Browns were 2 or 1, bro. But they got to show me. So that's why I have the order I have. And then the Steelers, they're in a rough division. Their team's not that bad, but all these 3 teams in front of them are just pretty crazy. The Ravens are the Ravens.
It's way better.
Only thing I just hate, they just never I know top flight receivers don't want to play with Lamar because of the offense they run, but you just got to try to help him out a little more than you have. Zay Flowers is a good receiver. He had a great rookie year, but he's not him being the number 1 option. I know it's Mark Andrews really, but I feel like you just need a little bit more. And Bateman, I like Bateman, but you can't trust him. He's been hurt every year, so it's just – but they always find a way to get it done. It's the Ravens, bro. They're like one of those organizations that are just always going to be solid. They're going to play a certain way. You know, when you see the Ravens, you think of defense. So it doesn't matter who's on that roster over there. They're going to play some defense. So I don't know. This is the best division in the league by far. I don't know what to tell you. So I'm going to go with what I think with the Bengals 1, Ravens 2, Browns 3, and Steelers 4. But if the Browns win the division, I wouldn't be surprised. If the Ravens, obviously we wouldn't. But the Browns, that roster, bro, is I want to play quarterback for that roster. Good offensive line, good running back, good tight end, good receivers, and my defense is top 5. We know that for a fact. And they're young too, so I don't know. It'll be fun to watch. I'm glad the Jaguars aren't in this division.
It's been one of the better divisions in football for some years now.
The divisional matchups are going to be crazy this year. I know divisional matchups are always tough, but
as we're going through these, the last 3 divisions we talked about, we're dang, these divisional matchups are about to be crazy. I feel like sneakily everybody kind of got a little better. I think once we get to the ones out west that are coming up in a second, I have some things to say, but this is another good one too, bro. Yeah, another definitely solid division. Obviously, LA surprised us last year doing what they did, and like you said, I mean, they had young talent on defense, and then offensively, Matthew Stafford still looks straight. Obviously, Puka looks good. Cooper Kupp, they say, is back healthy, and back Stafford's number 1 guy. Kyron Williams bursting on the scene. Obviously, I think they're going to be without what's their tight end? Forgot the dude's name, but they're going to be without him in a few games because I think he tore his ACL towards the end of this year. But overall, like I say, that defense surprise. They have young pieces on that defense that play really well, especially in the secondary. And then offensively, they look solid as well. As long as everyone stay healthy, they're going to be, pushing these other 2 teams, which I guess last year at the time, Seattle and San Fran were, 1 and 2. Obviously, I think it's San Fran's division to lose. LA, I think, would be the close second that will push them. Seattle, obviously, still a decent team overall. I don't think they lost too many players, but who knows? I mean, I think it's just I don't think they improved as much as they could have. So another team they probably fine for second and third in the division. Cardinals. Cardinals are going to be the Cardinals. Obviously, Kyler's back. They got Marvin Harrison Jr. We'll be excited to watch him. But, outside of them, James Conner. And they do got Trey McBride as well. So, offensively, they may be all right. I don't know who their second receiver is anymore. Oh, I do. It's that light-skinned dude. I forgot his name too. But after training around them, us. But they might be okay on offensive end. It's really, I guess, defense they kind of lack a little bit. But they'll probably just be a decent middle row team. Like I said, San Fran's division to lose. Obviously expect them to win it. LA, I think will probably sneak in and get a wild card spot somewhere, possibly 7th. Really just all depends. But I think out of this division, those 2 would be the playoff winners or be in the playoffs. So San Fran, LA, Seattle, and then the Cardinals to me.
Say that one more time. 1 through 4.
San Fran, LA, Seattle, and the Cardinals.
Bro, that's what I wanted. Like when we first started talking about it, but I got this weird feeling, man. The NFL was so unpredictable. Like the Cardinals, one of these teams that were sorry last year are gonna be good this year. But I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this. I don't know why completely. I just feel a little Super Bowl hangover in the offseason. The whole team hasn't been together. I know those guys can play like Trent. You just throw him in there, he can play, but it's something about having that offseason together, those training camp practices, and I just think something's a little off about this Niners team. I think they'll still make the playoffs, but
yeah, no, but they could start slow. They could start slow.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I believe in the Rams, bro. Like McVay, all right, we thought he was a good coach, smart offensive mastermind, getting his first Super Bowl. Then he got to another one, and then like how they had that one off year after the Super Bowl, and then they just him and Les Snead. That's another good coach and head coach GM. I mean GM and head coach relationship. Like they get those late round steals, like the guy they just traded to the Titans, Ernest.
Oh yeah.
I forgot his name, number 45, his last name.
Ernest.
That's a late round guy. They just always had hits, man. They got Jacoby Durant from South Carolina State. They got Puka in like the 5th round. Byron Jones. They got this what's his name? I think his name's like Steve Aki. It's a mid-round guard they got, and he's like an all-pro type player. So just I know they did the thing, like all in and paying those guys, but they their roster construction is really good, and I think Matthew Stafford is ready to go. Like Puka was great last year, but my boy Cooper Kupp, people forgot about him after 1 year. Like he was hurt, so he's gonna come out. You got 2 number ones pretty much, and Matthew Stafford in his last couple of years, I think he's gonna ball out. So I got the Rams taking the division. I know that roster, like you compare them to San Fran, you're like, what are you talking about? But I think the Rams are gonna be good, man. And then Seattle is third for me. Like this is another division because Arizona's a tough out. Like every game Kyler played in, they were competitive, but I don't think they'll be able to. I don't think their roster is there just yet. But Seattle, man, they their defense wasn't the best last year, and they have a lot of talent on all sides of the ball, and they're all young. So I think those guys have more and more experience, and I just feel like they're gonna start putting it together. So I know they missed it by 1 game last year or 2 games, but I think Seattle will make the playoffs. I think they send 3. I hate to say that, but I think they send 3 this year. So I'm gonna go LA, San Fran, Seattle, and Arizona. But that's my 4. I don't really feel good about any of these picks right now. Only the one I feel the most positive about is Seattle making the playoffs. Like I think LA and San Fran will, but obviously San Fran can win a division. So
yeah, that makes sense. You said 3. You said you think 3 out of the division going?
I think Seattle's gonna be good this year. I really do. They got the OC from Washington, Ryan Grubb, and I think he's gonna turn that offense up. And then they got Mike McDonald from Baltimore. So the defense wasn't good last year. Yeah. He's coming from Baltimore. He's gonna get them boys.
He's going to transfer in that defense for sure.
And they got a lot of talent. They got talent, not everywhere, but they got some talent. I like Byron Murphy, that rookie they drafted from Texas, the D lineman.
True.
So
yeah,
I like Seattle right now.
Give them a little pressure because they've been missing some upfront pressure as well too. So yeah, it should definitely help with that as well. All right, obviously NFC West. Yeah, honestly, that's what I was about to say. This is obviously Kansas City's division to lose, and I don't expect them to lose it to any of these other 3 scrubs of teams.
Not this year.
I'm like, please not this year. I don't even know really what to say. I don't know what to expect from the Chargers. I really don't think they're going to be good at all. Raiders have Minshew starting. Like them and I guess the Broncos are going to be vying for the second best team in the division, but it's really not going to matter because I don't think any of them are going to make the playoffs. Bo Nix impressed a little bit, obviously, during the preseason. And they let go of Tim Patrick. I forgot there's that rookie receiver they drafted. I guess they expect him to take that number 2 spot next to Cortland Sutton. He's another big body receiver too. So, I mean, Bo Nix got some weapons to throw it to. I mean, back-wise, with who they got, Jaleel McLaughlin, and I guess they still got
Devontae.
Yeah, Devon. Yeah. So I don't know. I guess they'll be okay. There's no point really talking about it though. Kansas City, sweeps this division by a long shot.
Yeah, I got obviously Kansas City number 1, but all right. You tell me if we're tripping. I see it. Jim Harbaugh's won everywhere he's going. We get that, and he's gonna change the culture. But that I hate looking at rosters, but people are waiting for Justin Herbert to take off. Like, he's had good years and stuff, but he hasn't had playoff wins and stuff like that. Like, people just label him as a stat guy. But, like, when your number one's lad, like, I really want to see what they're cooking up. If they cook up something and they have some good receivers in the wings and they have a good year, you got it. But I just you gotta. And if if that tackle Joe Alt is not a hit, I'm gonna be mad. No, because Neighbors was gone before then, so they would have took Rome or Brian Thomas Jr. But
yeah,
I just don't really like the plan. But Harbaugh, he knows a lot about football. He knows about constructing a roster and how he wants his roster to look. So I know, if you know anything about him, they're gonna play hard-nosed football. They're gonna shorten the clock, make the game shorter. But when you got a quarterback like that, like you got this Gucci bag just sitting in the corner dusting up, like you gotta take him out sometime. Get him some weapons, do something. But I mean, exactly. I'm gonna trust in Jim Harbaugh for this year, but they're not competing.
It's going to take a year or two. So I don't know. I'm just saying it'll take a few years.
Some people are having them in the playoffs though, like 12-5. I'm like, what are y'all looking
at?
I'm like, what are y'all looking at?
I'm about to say they must have the sweetest of schedules. I mean,
I know Lad is nice. Lad is. I mean, okay, if he's Cooper Kupp or Puka, okay, you got it. But
yeah,
you're gonna see.
He's that yet. I mean, he's solid, but I don't know about that.
This gonna surprise you though. I got KC 1. I got Denver 2. I think Sean Payton's gonna put his hands on that roster a little bit. I think that defense is gonna be much better. The offense is okay. They need another receiver because they gave away Tim Patrick and Judy's away, so they just got. I know you said they had a rookie, but Sutton is all right. But I got them too. I think they're buying into his culture. He has the quarterback he wants, a little mini Drew Brees. Obviously, he's not gonna be Drew Brees because Drew Brees has a whole bunch of records, but Bo has a lot of college experience, and we've seen that over the past couple of years, translate with guys that have played a long time. Yeah. They might get on them for being a super senior, this and that, but them boys can play. And I have the Raiders 4th, but that defense is going to be good. I don't trust Minshew. Devontae Adams might ask for a trade by week 6. Minshew, one thing about Minshew, though, he's not Jimmy G. He's not scared. Like, he'll give Devontae a chance, but will it be accurate? Yeah. And if we saw anything, if anybody watched that receiver documentary, that boy was not having fun. He was in Vegas. He was at home, right next to Cali, but he was not having a good time. But that defense is going to be good. Like, Max Crosby and Christian Wilkins, if they had, like, other pieces, that's insane. Them two next to each other, there's no double team in any of them. I'd be scared for quarterbacks, but, maybe slide the protection to the right, have a running back tip or something, you'll be all right because they got Tyree Wilson, that draft pick they took last year. It's not looking like a hit out of Texas. Their defense is winning some games, but I still have them finishing 4th because that offense it's not like it should be good because you got Brock Bowers and you got Michael Mayer, the tight end from Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. It would be good, but I just don't trust Minshew enough.
Yeah, they just have to find another quarterback. Maybe this upcoming year in draft.
I think the Chiefs win about
worse enough.
I think they win a division by like 4 or 5 games.
It's a possibility, yeah.
Denver going 9-8 or 8-9 wouldn't surprise me that much, even though their roster doesn't work.
Definitely, I can see them being close to 500, maybe a game over, obviously, because they're 17 now. But yeah, it's just not one of the greater divisions in football. Then we finish up with our NFC. We used to call it NFC least. I think honestly, all the teams in the division got better in a sense. The Giants got better to whatever degree we want to say that they got better, but I mean,
no. Real quick, bro, I gotta cut you off. We can't do that. Prez is always talking. The Giants suck. They're gonna be a bottom 3 team this year in the league. Daniel Jones is terrible. Your best offseason move is Dayball calling plays and getting Malik Neighbors. You let Saquon go. Saquon with Neighbors, you might have a little fun offense, but the offensive line is still the same. Daniel Jones got sacked way too many times last year, as much as we want to get on him. So Giants gonna suck. Let's not hype them up at all. I'm sorry, brother.
Nah, definitely not hyping them up. The Giants are going to be the worst team in the division by far. There's no question about that. Like, there's no fixing Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones is what he is. They gave him all that money, and he's trash. Like you said, they lost Saquon. Malik Neighbors is literally the only probably bright spot of the whole team in the whole offseason, to be honest. But that's why I said to their standards, I don't know if they felt like they got better. But yeah, they're definitely trash. But to talk about the other 3 teams in the division, like you said, we talked about the Eagles earlier against Saquon. It's just life's gonna be so much easier for him. And honestly, it's gonna make it easier for everybody else that's an Eagle as well. Obviously, they still got Brown, still got Smith, went and got who they just get? The other receiver. Dotson, in division trade. Yeah. And that wasn't that like their second receiver too? Like, I'm confused.
We were talking about it in the chat. Either McCaffrey broke out or Diami Brown. He went to North Carolina.
Yeah,
Diami. I don't know how you say it, but that had to be the reason because people don't just trade the number 2 receiver. If you think he's good, you don't trade him in division. So I'm trying to figure out, like, something must have happened.
Something, yeah, it's weird. Like, I'm pretty sure he was their number 2, and he was solid. He was when he played. Yeah, he played well because I think he was hurt. I think in the beginning of the year, but
like this,
regardless,
he's gonna fit in well going against number 3 corners and not having covered his role to him. I know that.
Yeah, easily. So, Eagles, I think, still the team to be in the division. To me, Dallas took a step back. I mean, is Rico Dowell their number 1? Is that their number 1 running back? Obviously, they signed Zeke again and then brought in Dalvin Cook, but them two are kind of washed up. Obviously, they had to pay CD. I mean, they still got, I guess, Brandon Cooks and Michael Gallup, but they didn't really do too much last year. Dak is still getting disrespected. I don't know.
That boy said he's all in, bro. I guess that's what all in looks like. All in on ticket sales or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
This isn't all in on the roster, brother. I know he's getting old, so maybe he didn't remember saying it, but he keeps saying it. So
I don't know.
Steven need to tap his dad on the shoulder, be like, Dad, we need to do some work. We need to make some moves. We need to spend some of this bread.
Yeah. To somebody or something. Like I said, they can make some trades, something like that. I mean, you got obviously your name defensively, you got Micah. Obviously, you got CD and I guess Dak, but it's just something like they just didn't do much. They didn't really improve. It doesn't feel like they got any better, at least than the Eagles did. And honestly, I think Washington closed the gap between the second best team in the division than Dallas did in the first, being competing with the Eagles for the first team in the division. So I'm excited to see Washington. I mean, I still going to probably be some struggles, some growing pains. I mean, you got Jaden Daniels. It looks pretty good as a number 1 quarterback. Got Austin Eckler and Brian Robinson. It should be a solid little 1-2 punch, I think, in the backfield. They probably, like I said, you say they got, obviously, I know Diami Brown. I've seen him at North Carolina. I guess that him and McCaffrey may have stepped up, but I don't know. I still think they need a few more pass catching weapons for him. But they should be solid overall. Still probably the third best team in the division, but I think they closed the gap a little bit with being the second best team in the division. But again, Giants trash, Eagles, they're a division to lose. Cowboys are going Cowboy. Washington might be a viable team. Obviously, they got my boy, my old coach, our old coach rather, the Falcons, Dan Quinn. Glad to see him get a second stint. That's all I can really say. Because I don't know, the last few years with us, it's just like
it happens to every coach though, bro. Yeah. Like everybody needs that second chance. Like Doug Peterson won a Super Bowl and they ran him out of Philly in 2 years. So people it's like a relationship, bro. People get tired of you, and towards the end, you can't do nothing right. Like
fact, like it was like things were just happening. It was just shit in the bag because those were the seasons where we were like we were blowing like we blew like 4 leads back to back, and we was up by a lot. So it's just like you gotta go at that point. Unfortunately, it's like it wasn't his fault, but at the same time, it's like damn. It's a little bit his fault. It's just like I guess you just can't recover from certain Super Bowl losses like we had. So, but definitely glad to see him get a second stint.
That's all it is, bro. That Super Bowl loss, I wouldn't have been able to recover if that happened to the Jaguars, bro. Like I would have took a week off work. I don't know what I would have did, man. Did a lot of soul searching.
Yeah, and the crazy thing is we went back to the playoffs the next year and lost to the eventual Super Bowl champs when we should have beat them as well.
That's a game when y'all had like 3 chances from like the 10-yard line?
Yes, and didn't score.
And
it was a cold ass game, but yeah, it's whatever. Man,
it was like 7-12. It was a low scoring game. I remember that.
Exactly.
Y'all beat the Rams in the first round.
Yep, and we should have beat the Eagles in the second round, but
y'all ought to beat the Vikings too. Y'all ought to beat the Vikings that year, probably.
Yeah, easily. So it was chances we were right there because like. We didn't lose that many. It just literally was the Super Bowl hangover. Like, just couldn't recover from that type of losses, but
bad.
it's whatever. All right, next, kind of moving on, we're gonna go to playoff Super Bowl prediction. I know actually, no, I forgot. I'm tripping. This is the last thing. Yeah, I would say we didn't do AFC East. I don't know. I feel like this has been one of the quieter divisions this offseason, besides maybe the Jets ish, just because Aaron Rodgers is coming back. But yeah, we definitely won the quieter divisions in the offseason. I mean, New England still trying to figure shit out. They got Jacoby Brissett starting as quarterback. I mean, I think eventually Drake May takes that job, maybe 5-6 weeks in for sure. But they're still figuring stuff out. They're going to be trash. Dolphins. I mean, Dolphins are pretty good. Obviously, they're always going to be solid. They still have a good offense. Mike McDaniels, is going to have those boys rolling and ready. Defensively, I know you said they lost Christian Wilkins, but they gained, I guess, a mentor and also still a decent player in Calais Campbell. So, they should be okay. I think in the division, obviously, it's probably I don't know. I don't know. The Jets still have to show me. Aaron Rodgers played 4 snaps, 5 snaps. Like I know we know his body of work, and we know that defense is probably top 5 in the league. Offensively, they got Breece Hall, they got Garrett Wilson, they got they got Michael Williams as well. Think about it. They got pieces over there. It's just that they're gonna have to put it together and they're gonna have to show us. So it's like they can easily be the number 1 team in the division, or they can be middle of the road, trying to vie for crowded AFC playoff spot. Bills, I mean, Josh Allen typically plays pretty well in the regular season, like as normal. But I don't know. I feel like they didn't do much either, and they lost some pieces. They lost their secondary essentially. I know, they lost Diggs. Obviously, they traded him, but I don't know. I feel like they just didn't do much. I feel like they'll still compete, and be a solid team. But I don't know. To me, I feel like they lost more than they gained. So right now, the most consistent team that I've seen and know is obviously would be the Dolphins. So I would say them 1, Jets 2, Bills 3. That's still tough though. I don't know. Like all of them really could be toss-ups besides New England. Like they're all of these 3 team seasons can go either way, to be honest. But I would say at the moment I'm more confident saying the Dolphins are the number 1 team, and just because of the consistency that I've seen, the Jets probably easily could be number 1 though. It just depends on how A-Rod plays, if he stays healthy, and if that team meshes well. So
yeah, I'm gonna go out on a limb, not on a limb here, but I'm gonna trust in. I know they got to show me, but I'm gonna go Jets 1. Bills and Dolphins can be 2 or 3. I really don't know, because like with the Dolphins, they're all right, but they don't play good against good teams, and they've lost some pieces. Like I know Jalen Phillips and Bradley Chubb are coming back, but Xavier Howard's old. No, I lied, because their defense isn't that bad. They got Javon Holland, and they lost Jerome Baker too. But I mean, they'll be all right. But I just think the Jets, they won 6 or 7 games with the worst quarterback in the league last year, and that defense was just on the field for far too long. So
yeah,
all A-Rod has to do, A-Rod doesn't have to be MVP A-Rod. He just has to be pretty much better than Zach Wilson, which he will. We all know that. So as long as he stays healthy, that defense was top 5, and they're young, hungry. They got ballers on all 3 levels as well. Secondary, D-line, linebackers. The Jets haven't been to the playoffs or won a playoff game since like 2011, since Sanchez. So I think this is the year they get there. I honestly think there's a path where they could be the number 1 or 2 seed, probably number 1 seed. But I'm going to go Jets. Josh Allen's my second favorite quarterback in the league. So, 3rd out after Trevor. But I think he's one of them dudes. Like he's a future Hall of Famer. So I think he'll be able to carry and show. Like obviously early in his career, he wasn't ready to carry, but I think he's ready to carry now. So I'm going to go 2nd. Dolphins 3rd. Dolphins going to be good, but they just got to show me a little more. And they're going to get smacked up week 1. So we just got to see how they recover for that. And the Patriots, they're going to be 4th. Nobody's not going to pick them 4th, but I just want to see Drake May, show signs of development over the course of the year. I know it's not going to be pretty, but I mean, I feel a little optimistic about New England as long as they draft well, because they don't have the best skill players in the world, but I like 2 of the guys they drafted, Polk and Javon Baker. Those are 2. I wanted Javon Baker to go to the Jags in the mid-round, but the Pats snagged them. But, I think I think they'll be okay. Not for now. They have the toughest schedule in the league, I think, by far, in my opinion. Even the Giants have crazy schedules. Like, two of the worst teams, they didn't get handed any favors. So that's my division 1 through 4 right there. Going from right to left.
Okay, I feel that. Yeah, like I said, just improvements. I think they got a bright future. They can turn things around fairly quickly. Like I said, if they draft well, because Belichick just wasn't drafting well whatsoever. They weren't signing nobody either, and they just really just started to be a turmoil of a team and organization. So I feel like they turn things around as long as they draft well. I think he can be a decent head coach for sure. We'll see. Like you said, they just don't have a good schedule and they don't have a good roster, so they're not going to be good. But we'll see in the later future years for that team. But moving on, last few things we're going to hit on. So playoff / Super Bowl predictions. I guess we can kind of throw out some teams that are 7 teams we think may make the playoffs from each side. We can start with the AFC just because I know that side's loaded.
Yeah. Give me 1 second to pull up all the teams because I have the 7, but I don't want to say anything that is wrong.
I'm not going order. I don't know if you want to go order or not.
I'm not doing that, bro, because somebody's gonna surprise me. I just got to give my 7 because I really think the Jets are gonna be the number 1 seed or 2 seed or Baltimore. But let's go from top to bottom. I got Kansas City, Jacksonville, Houston. Oh, this is crazy, bro. There's only 4 slots left, and then 3 teams will go from each. I'm gonna go Baltimore, Cincinnati, and we got the Jets and Buffalo. I got the Dolphins and Browns missing the playoffs, which will be hard for them to do. I think both of them can make it, but it's gonna be tough. But yeah, I'm gonna write it down. But I got Jets making it, Jets, Bills, Baltimore, Cincy, Jacksonville, Houston, and then you got the Chiefs.
Okay, that's my 7. I think I might have 2 different ones, maybe 1 different one, but I'm gonna go with the division winners first, just to keep my mind in order. But obviously, Kansas City. I think I said Jags would win the division earlier. I think Jags get in the playoffs, whether it's there or maybe 6th, 7th. But Kansas City, Jags, Baltimore, and I think the Jets would win the division. Now I think about it, I think I said Miami is the most consistent team I think can make the playoffs, but I just don't know if they'll win the division. So Jets, Kansas City, Jags, Baltimore, and then the wild card teams. I think I got Cincinnati, Houston, and I want to say Cleveland, which, like I said, I don't know. Now I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Can 3 AFC North teams make it? I think they can. Really, like I said, it really just depends on Deshaun.
They can. It's just the AFC, bro. There's literally
It's like they gotta play each other, so it's like. But I guess the same thing can be said with like Miami and Buffalo. So it's like, I don't know. It's hard saying like both of those teams are gonna miss. Like one of those teams gotta go. So it's like you said, Cleveland might be the odd man out, but at the moment. I think I'd say Miami over Cleveland at the moment, but Cleveland would be a close ass 7th. I think I say Buffalo misses the playoffs. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but I think they're going to miss the playoffs.
I mean, you could say that with the roster. I promise you. I just think Josh Allen's to that point where he's that dude. Like, he's a top 5 player in the league, and he can carry the roster. And they're not that bad. Like, they don't need Diggs as much as people think.
Yeah, that's true as well. So, I don't know, but that's my 7. What about NFC? What do you got?
NFC is easier for me. Yeah. I'm going top to bottom. No, it's not easy. Okay. I got LA. I got San Fran, LA, Seattle, Atlanta. That's 4. How am I going to do this, bro? All right, let me do my locks first. I'm sorry, bro. Let me do my locks. Division winners, so locks. I got Philly, Detroit, Atlanta, and LA. San Fran's getting in for sure. Green Bay's getting in for sure. So that leaves 1 spot. That's 1 spot between the Seattle, Dallas, or Chicago, or Tampa. And I love Dallas. They've been good the last couple of years, but I think Dan Quinn, them losing him will hurt them a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say I'm gonna say I said Seattle earlier. I really think Chicago's gonna make it, bro. I'm going Chicago.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm going Chicago over Seattle. I want Seattle to make it too, but Chicago's my 7th seed.
Yeah.
Next one.
It's easy, but at the same time, it's hard. It's like when you get down to like that last team or two, it's like
I'm leaving the Cowboys out, bro. The Cowboys
That's
are
all I was about to say.
the last 2-3 years. Like I don't know, man. They just stood pat too much for me. Like they acted like they did something. Y'all lost in the first round. Y'all got smacked, and y'all just gonna chill.
yeah.
And then
They
going
chilled
into the
hard
season not
too,
paying Dak and paying CD late. I'm not messing with the Robs. I think they miss the playoffs this year.
That's a possibility. Strong possibility too. I got my locks: Eagles, San Fran, Falcons, Detroit. And then the 3 wild cards, I'd say Green Bay, LA, and damn, who's the next one? Green Bay, LA. Like he says, Dallas might have to get left off, but I was like, I want to throw them in there.
They didn't do enough. Like
They didn't do anything. You're right.
they don't have
You're
a
right.
second. They didn't add another receiver. They didn't, bro. Like you going into the season with Dalvin Cook and Zeke like past their prime and just standing pat like that. It just don't sit right with me. Jerry's too. I always tell people, bro, until Jerry like gives up his spot, which he's not until he dies. Like I'm not gonna hope he dies, but he's not gonna give up his spot until he gives up the reins, bro. He's just not. He's not. I don't know, bro. Like he's the only owner in the league that speaks before the coach does to the media. Like he thinks it is his team, but he thinks he's coaching the team. He doesn't draft. He doesn't scout. He just needs to give it to somebody younger and wiser, and it's gonna make the uncomfortable decisions. Because Jerry, everything is Jerry's way, and if you press him, if you're not a yes man to him, he's kicking you to the curb.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with them though. Hold on, I gotta hit the door. I'm gonna go with them. Just for this year though.
Nah, overall though, chat NFC is gonna be pretty. And all the conferences are gonna be interesting, but like we said earlier, it's always a team that comes out of the woodworks and makes the playoffs. So one of these teams we didn't even name or we think is gonna be like a last place team, they're gonna come out of somewhere and make the playoffs, which is crazy. I just want to know what team is going to be like. Let me see the script before the season starts.
Yeah, I think
Arizona, their division is crazy. So I don't know.
I think Dallas and Chicago, those would be the toss-up last team for me. But I'll go. I don't want to give Dallas the go-ahead in the nod, but I just will, just because they made it last year. Not saying they can go any further. It's just literally saying the playoff teams because. Yeah, it's no Super Bowl for them in their future. It may barely be playoffs, but Super Bowl predictions at the moment.
Yeah, you gotta go first, bro. I can't do this one.
Yeah, very early at the moment. It's really just gonna be off the top of the dome. Not too much thought even being put in it. I very well think it could be a rematch from last year or a rematch from the year prior. But I think Kansas City somehow finds a way to get back one more time, even in a loaded AFC, and I think we'll see Eagles somehow make it back as well. With them, it really just depends on the decision making and play of Jalen Hurts, I think, and if their defense doesn't lack too much. But that's what I'm thinking at the moment. Really, in the NFC, I feel like it could be 3 swappable teams. It could be that San Fran or Detroit could make it. I'm gonna say Kansas. I'm just not gonna bet against Andy Reid in Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, all of them. I think they make it back, try for a three-peat. So,
you saying they get the three-peat?
I don't know if I'm saying they get it, but I think they get there. That's tough to do. That's real tough.
Look here, bro. Somebody like obviously I want the Jaguars to win it, but somebody please, bro, take them out. Like I love Mahomes. People be like, I hate him. He's cocky. Like that's how you gotta be as an alpha. He's the Jordan, little LeBron, you know. But I just need somebody to do it. I love for the Jags to do it, but somebody take them out. Like it's too easy. Ever since he's came in the league, is AFC Championship or Super Bowl every year, bro. He hadn't lost in the second round not once.
Exactly.
And it's like as he gets older, like you know, when he was younger, it would look pretty, but he noticed like all the greats like Brady and stuff like that. Like it's not pretty. Like he might throw for 175 yards, but he makes the plays he needs, to make. So we have the same Super Bowl for the NFC side though. I can't pick the Chiefs again, bro. Like it pains me to pick them because they're in our conference. But I'm gonna go Bengals, Eagles. I know that sounds weird. Like I just think the Bengals are gonna have a real good year this year. Joe Burrow was hurt last year, and then like before he got hurt, they were starting to boot up a little bit because they had just beat San Fran and somebody else. So
yeah,
they were trending in the right direction. But my backup pick would be Bengals or Jets. But yeah, I'm gonna go Bengals versus Eagles, and I'm thinking about the wrong stuff. I'm thinking about like the people I know that like the Eagles, but I think the Eagles going to win it. I think Howie's done a good job building the roster. Obviously, he always has, but that Saquon addition is going to work numbers. And as long as the defense is not like bottom 5 in the league, I think they'll be good.
All they got to do is be around top 10 top 15. Honestly, that's what I think. Ain't no team won a Super Bowl without having no top 15 defense. So it's really all they got to be. But I think they'll probably be like somewhere 10.
They were 11. What was the record before they had that collapse? They were like 11-1 or 10-1. So it's not like they're a bad team. They just gotta get it together and get that defense together because the defense was definitely holding them back. Like I know the offense wasn't completely in sync, but that secondary is pretty bad. Like Slay's getting up there. Bradbury was bad last year. And they were throwing just a whole bunch of random safeties in there. They got C.J. Gardner-Johnson back too, so he's a big emotional leader for them. So. Yeah, I got Eagles winning it all this year, bro. I mean, obviously, I think the Chiefs are going to be in the mix, but if I had to just pick it for today, I'm going Eagles.
Yeah, I would say I guess I'll go with three-peat. We'll see a three-peat, but I do see another rematch again, Eagles in Kansas City. Tennessee somehow makes it back. But real quick before we do our pick'ems, I guess we can throw some award winner predictions out there. MVP.
You go first. You want to go first? Or you want me to? Well, tell me what order we're doing first for the.
I mean, shit. We can go. We can just go MVP, Offensive Player of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year. I guess we can do Comeback Player of the Year, Coach of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year. So just a few of those. So I don't know. MVP for me, I'm gonna just go. It's the easy choice, but I think Patrick again. Once that receiver, the receiver group is. He got it. What? Who won it last year? Did he win it last year?
Lamar
won it. I'm tripping.
Lamar's stats were good. It was just who had the best team at the end of the
Honestly,
season.
that's what I was about to say because I would say his receiver group last year was god awful, but they look a lot better this year. Obviously, got Hollywood Brown, Xavier Worthy, Rasheed Rice. Obviously, he still got Kelsey. So he should have some guys that should be able to catch the ball this year at the very least. So I think he can take it. Like I said, it may just be an easy slide and easy pick, but maybe I'll give a different for the hot take spot. I'll just give a different person, but I'll go ahead and say Mahomes gonna win it.
This is very tough, bro. I don't want to go with the flow either. I was gonna say Jordan Love, but I gotta. It's not a hot take, is it? I'm gonna go. This is weird. I'm gonna go Matt Stafford, bro. I don't know why, but I just feel like the Rams offense is gonna take off this year. I wish they had. I mean, they do have a 2-back system with Kyron Williams and Corum. But yeah, I'm just trying to be different, honestly. I think Pat is probably gonna win it, but Matt Stafford is like a second choice. And dark horse, like I'm probably being a homer, but I think T-Law's gonna have a real good. I think he'll be in the conversation. I'm not gonna say he's gonna win it. I ain't trying to get canceled yet, but. No, I believe in him for sure. I think he's gonna have a great year. Seriously, this is the best receiving core he's had since college, since T. Higgins and Amari Rodgers and them boys. So I got Matt Stafford though.
Okay, I can see that. It's never out of question. There's always favorites, but anyone can really take it. But Offensive Player of the Year,
I'm going Tariq.
That's what I was gonna say too. I was gonna go Tariq. He won it last year.
Until he slows down, bro, I'm gonna take him. Man, like I know, like the Chiefs won 2 Super Bowls since he's left, but Tariq's also booted up when he's also booted up since he's left. He almost had 2,000 yards last year if he didn't get hurt. So he is a coach that schemes him up perfectly, and I think that he's gonna have another dominant year. I don't know. I'm trying to think about a second option for Offensive Player of the Year.
I'm gonna go with 1 point
Saquon.
off
No,
the
I'm
screen.
tripping.
Saquon could be, yeah.
I'm gonna be different because I know everybody's picking Tariq. I'm gonna pick Saquon for my Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah. Saquon could win it too. I'm gonna go Bijan just because I'm excited to see the ways we use him this year. I think he's supposed to be a workhorse, so that would be my secondary. But I was gonna go Tyreek as well. Defensive Player of the Year, who you got?
Has Myles Garrett won it yet?
I don't think so.
Yeah, no, he won it one of these years. He had
one of the years last year. Did he win it last year? He might have won it last year too.
Hold on. Sorry, I gotta use my phone for this.
He might have won it last year. I'm gonna go Michael Parsons though.
Oh wow,
I'm not going to go He won it last year.
Yeah, he did win. I'm tripping. I can't pick him now.
Yeah, he could go everywhere, but I'm gonna pick Parsons to take it this year.
Would you think they would give it to somebody on the losing team?
They could.
You got to go
like
crazy.
Defensive Player of the Year type stuff. I think like you as your numbers match it, I think you should be all right. I think the winning team type stuff is like MVP and then Offensive Player, and then coaching the year, obviously.
I'm gonna go TJ Watt, but I would say Crosby. Like, it's a secondary.
Oh, Crosby, yeah.
Him and Christian Wilkins, and he's gonna be seeing a lot of he's not gonna be getting double teamed, especially if they're on the same side. You can't double team both of them. So
yeah,
I'm gonna go TJ Watt, but I think Crosby's gonna have a crazy year.
For sure, I can see that as well. Yeah, that's a pretty good pick. Who else? Oh, yes, I don't even want to comeback player of the year, but coach of the year.
If we're doing comeback, I'm doing Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, yeah, I think that could be an easy one this year. No matter really what happens, as long as it gets into the playoffs, I think that could be.
Joe Burrow too, though, because he missed half the season, but he still missed a good chunk. Yeah. Like, they would have made the playoffs if he was still fully healthy. So I consider that him.
True. Yeah, it's true. Aaron missed the whole year though, so I could say Aaron's the easy. Yeah, I go with Aaron as well. He got Coach of the Year.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep going out on a limb. I mean, obviously the easy one could be a team that bounced back, like the Jets or the Bills or the Jags, but this is a weird one. Even though I have Chicago making it over Seattle, I think there's like a small scenario where Seattle still makes it in. So I'm gonna go Mike McDonald. I know that's weird, but
yeah,
I think he will be Coach of the Year. Like, I'm not trying to say somebody who they've given it to before, like Sirianni or something like that. I'm not doing that. I know the Eagles are going to be good. The Rams, I mean, you give it to McVay. Because I think
that's what I was thinking. McVay. I was either going to say Raheem or McVay.
That's a good one too, but I can't give the Falcons too much love. Yeah, if they boot up high, I think they will, bro. So yeah, if I had to give it 3, I'd say McDonald, McVay, or Raheem.
Yeah,
or
I'm going
like,
Raheem and McVay.
If the Chargers make the playoffs, Harbaugh's going to get it, but I don't think that's happening. So I'm going to go with Mike McDonald. I know that's a weird pick, but I have a feeling Seattle's going to be good this year. Eberflus could get it too for the Bears.
True. Yeah, that's true. I can see that if they were somehow able to get into the playoffs in that division now. Which other ones I'm missing? Defense. I guess offensive rookie of the year, defensive rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year. Obviously, I think Caleb might be. I think that might be pretty easy. That's what I'm going to go with. Secondary pick. Malik Neighbors could, I guess, get it.
Yeah, bro. They might.
Finish. Yeah, no, I'm gonna say it just really like your Daniel Jones is your quarterback, so I don't know.
Bro, that's what I'm thinking. Like, he's bad, but they don't really have too much, bro. Like, he might get 100 catches. And then LSU receivers, bro, they come in the league and act like they don't need no one.
They go crazy for sure. So it's like, I mean, yeah, like how many receptions really is Jalen Hyatt and Darius Slayton really taking from him? Like, shouldn't really be none. So he can be a close second. So it'd be Caleb and Malik for me.
I'm gonna go. Caleb will be one, but I'm gonna try to switch it up to be different. I do want Caleb to win it, but either Jaden Neighbors or Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah,
I think he's gonna be a 1,000-yard guy in our offense. He's gonna be wide receiver 1 by the end of the year. I'm not gonna lie to you. The way we're featuring him, and
for real.
In a way, I feel like LSU didn't utilize him all the way. Like, they just had him running straight goes and post, but like we got him running crosser routes, intermediate stuff, comeback routes, and he's just shown that he is way more ahead of schedule than I thought. Put it like that. But I'm gonna go Caleb. But Jaden doesn't have enough around him to win it. I don't think. But he runs a lot. The way he runs, he could get it. Caleb runs too, but Jaden's like a 60 yards to the house type guy. But I'm gonna be lame for this one and pick Caleb because I think the Bears gonna make the playoffs too, and he just has so many weapons to choose from, bro. You have 3 receivers, a good tight end, a receiving running back too, and Chicago looks good.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go Caleb.
Caleb, yeah, he probably end up winning anyway. But I forgot about Jaden. Jaden could be a possibility.
Defensive Rookie of the Year, I'm gonna go. I hate to say in division. I feel like Latu is gonna have a good year with the Colts. He was a really good pass rusher coming out. Like him or Dallas Turner, one of those edges, I think are gonna win it. But I'm gonna go Latu for now.
Yeah, I was gonna go with Latu because I mean that's kind of who we made all type of moves and then I understood I guess why they picked Phoenix.
They got Judon later, so it makes sense.
Yeah, I did want Latu though, or any type of pass rusher because we just don't have any. We never had any, so I was gonna pick him for Defensive Player of the Year as well. Or, it's typically like always really an edge.
You can't really go wrong though. Dallas Turner might be good.
Turner, he could be good.
Brian Flores is a real good defensive coach, so I know he'll scheme him up. And put him in a situation to be single covered and stuff. But Gus Bradley, he was with us for a while, so he keeps it basic. So I don't know if Latu will win it, but I'm going to say Latu or Dallas Turner.
Yeah. Other than that,
I think that's it for awards.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's it for awards.
Yeah. That's it. And I think the last thing is really just the pick'ems. Pick'ems for the week.
Hey, let's try this. I know this is on the fly. We can add this to the show. Like every week, we got to do an upset of the week. Like we can pick the games. We can pick against the team. Nah, we got to pick the upset. Never mind. I was gonna say you could say they're gonna lose, but you'd be like, I'm not surprised. But we might as well just go out on a limb.
Just pick the upset. Yeah, upset of the week. Yeah, we can chop them up. Yeah, upset of the week, lock of the week. Kind of how
we could do both of those if you want to. Now it's up to you.
Yeah,
you gotta keep track of those though.
For sure. I'm gonna put the notes down right here. Also, too, a lot of this it's the first show back, so we're gonna make sure things are a certain way when we get down to it. I just realized too, that's why I asked Prez. I didn't even realize, Twitter, what's his name? Freaking
StreamYard?
Nah, not StreamYard. I'll be forgetting everybody's name right when I'm about to say it. Who owns Twitter now? Hate this.
Elon,
Mr. Elon, messing up everything. The subscription. You gotta get a subscription now to go live on Twitter. So
if it costs bread, let me know how much it is.
It ain't that much, but I just had to add that.
Rich people, I understand why they rich, bro. But why are you charging for everything? Like, bro, let Twitter be free.
It'd be bugging. Like everything free, and then I was put the live on it. It was you gotta get a subscription. I'm like, why? And I tried to do it, but I was I'm not even gonna wait. I'm just gonna do it afterwards. I'll just do it for next week. But we're live on YouTube, Facebook. And once I get my other laptop, we'll be live on TikTok in a second, doing Twitch too. But we'll make this. We'll make it work. But I got yours ready to go. We just do back to back like we normally do. Tomorrow's game, Baltimore, Kansas City. Who you got?
Baltimore has the win. I feel like they just gonna kill Lamar if he loses, even though it's regular season. They love seeing Lamar down. So I'm gonna go Baltimore. I'm gonna go with the upset.
Yeah, I was going to go Baltimore, too. I just feel I don't know. Not that they start off slow, but typically, this may be a game that Kansas City drops. They drop maybe 1 or 2 in the beginning, and they start going on a roll towards the end of the season. So I think this is a bigger game for Baltimore than it is for Kansas City in a way, if that makes sense.
No, it is. It is. They just sent you home. I understand it's first game of the season. You're going to see him again if you want to make the Super Bowl, but you got to set the tone early.
For sure. And it's at Kansas City too, I just realized. But
the rings in front of their face, Lamar, this could have been you again, brother. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Baltimore for this one. Green Bay, Philly. I'm going to go Philly.
Yeah, we can't go against our Super Bowl pick. It's going to be a fun game, though. I'm taking the over for this game, unless the defenses are vastly improved. But, yeah, I'm going Philly.
Yeah.
Unless somebody on their team gets kidnapped in Brazil because they out there going crazy.
Oh, they playing in Brazil. That's why it's a Friday game.
Yeah.
That's wild. Yeah, them boys just need to stay inside, straight to the stadium and back to the hotel. It's too much going on out here. Even Buddy getting shot, Purcell getting shot. Like, I'm like, what? Random news coming to the phone.
Somebody
like,
said they
wow,
still ain't take his chain. Like, he a gangster. Like, he really was out there in Gainesville thugging it because they said he still had the chain on or the watch the dude tried to take when he shot him. He wasn't giving it up.
Wasn't giving it up and got shot. But hopefully, not for real, though. Hopefully he makes a speedy recovery. I mean, yes, it's going to be just like was it last year or was it the year before Brian Robinson got shot?
It was his rookie year, so probably the year before last. And then he gets shot in the head.
He got shot in the head?
Not in the head, somewhere.
I thought he got shot in the shoulder or something. Yeah, I mean, it was
like
somewhere.
Purcell was in the chest, bro. He got shot in the chest, right? Or stomach or something?
Yeah, it was chest. Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah, too much going on nowadays. I don't know what's going on. I know what's going on. People just crazy. But Pittsburgh, Atlanta, got to go with the hometown squad. Hopefully we show up and show out.
Yeah, I got you for right now, bro. Y'all got it. Arthur Smith is coming back to town. I know y'all can't wait to shut him down. If Arthur beats y'all, he might start popping it on the field on the dirty. He might start doing the dirty bird.
Don't got time for that. It need to be a 2-touchdown win minimum, to be honest. Arizona, Buffalo,
bro. They're taking over that stadium.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping.
It's a Steelers game. They find a way, bro. I promise you.
They always find a way. True. They always find a way in the stadium. Also, I'm hoping, like, with the change of events, coach, everything, we bring that home field advantage back. I'm gonna try to go somehow, some way.
Tickets are expensive because
I know.
But yeah, I was gonna say something, but it was off topic. I had a hookup from somebody for some tickets, and I was gonna give it to one of my roommates. He's a Steelers fan, but he started seeing them prices go up. He said, "Nah, bro, I got to change the price." He was gonna give 2 tickets for $70 in the 100 section.
Oh,
like 70 a piece.
Sweet.
And when I went to go look on there, the lowest for the 100 section was like 200 now. So
I already know it probably shot up for sure. I'm gonna look game day. I'm gonna just either pray that my job gives me some because we're supposed to be doing something on Friday. Hopefully they give them out, or
it'll be fun.
That's really the only hope. Yeah, but who we got next? Oh, Arizona, Buffalo. Got to go with the Bills.
This was gonna be my upset of the week, but I got to see them play first.
Arizona, yeah.
Yeah, I got Buffalo too, though.
Tennessee, Chicago.
I don't think a rookie has won in a long time. I'm going with Chicago because I think they're going to be that good. But if Tennessee won, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, same here. I'm going to go with Chicago. I believe in that offense. Like, that's crazy. Like, they set him up damn near perfectly, especially if they all stay healthy. Like, you draft a receiver, you bring in a veteran receiver. You got a decent, I guess at this point, veteran running back. Like, your defense is already set. Like, he's in a good position. But New England, Cincy.
This is my lock of the week.
Cincy.
If they lose, like, this is the one team I'm putting on every parlay. If they lose, every parlay's clipped because.
Yeah, that's crazy. This should be a lock. Damn, because every other game is actually pretty competitive.
Bro, what? I already got my upset now, but I'm gonna tell you.
Yeah, my lock is gonna have to be Atlanta. Now I'm looking at it. I don't see anything else coming up that I would be confident in saying it's a lock. So I'm gonna just say I gotta go with the hometown team for the lock this week. But you went with Cincy. I went with Cincy. I don't think we have one different yet, but we're about to have something different in a second. Yeah, no, they're kind of, typically we always do at the end. Houston, Indy, who you got?
I got Houston, but this is gonna be a tough one.
Yeah, and then Indy's at home. Should I do this as my upset?
Like, it's an upset, but it's really not because they played for the division last year, damn near.
Yeah. Nah, I'm going with Houston. There's just too much hype around. I think they come out and bust ass the first game. Pause. Jacksonville, Miami, who you got? Obviously, I'm thinking. I'm about to say, I think this is the first one we'll kind of go differently, just because. And I'm only really saying Miami because they're home.
Yeah, it scares me. They're at home, and then they always come out the gate like cooking. Like that Chargers Dolphins game last year, first game of the season, was kind of crazy.
Yeah. Let's see. I forgot to take this down. Then we got Carolina, New Orleans. Who you got?
It's tough to play in the Superdome, but I got Carolina coming out first game of the season. I think Bryce gonna show out.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna take
Go ahead.
New Orleans. No, what you gonna say?
I was just saying, you're a Falcons fan. Superdome is not an easy place to play, no matter how sorry they are.
Yeah. You say you got Carolina?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with one of the few wins that they'll get this year. I'm gonna go with the Saints. Then we got Minnesota Giants. Yeah, that's easy for me. It's not easy, but you know what? Actually, no. I'm gonna go with the Giants. I'm gonna go with the Giants.
I'll throw up if I pick them really this year. I got Minnesota. Sam Darnold first game back at MetLife Stadium. It's not against the Jets, but it's in the same stadium, so
Yeah.
we're gonna throw out. Neighbors and Jefferson will be fun to watch on both sides, but that's about it. We'll see.
Yeah.
Brian Flores is gonna blitz, bro. The Giants, I'm pretty positive, like 95% sure they allow the most sacks in the league. So Flores is an aggressive coach. He's gonna blitz them.
Yeah.
Like crazy.
And
so yeah, I got
the greatest pass protection. Yeah, I can smell probably 2 Danny Dime picks easy, at least. But I'm gonna still go with them because it's gonna be an ugly game regardless. See, I knew we was gonna start picking differently. We got 3 straight ones that we picked differently. Vegas Chargers. So you got
first game. I'm going with Chargers.
Yeah.
Vegas can win, but nah, I'm not trusting. Week 1 is too tricky, bro. You don't know who's gonna show up. Like somebody's gonna
know what's going on. You don't know what's gonna go on with these teams in the first week. So Denver, Seattle. Who you got?
Seattle. I think it's gonna be a good game, but that's a tough place to play.
That could have been a lock for me, but I'm still going with my.
You think so? Denver could come out cooking. Like, football is just. I love football, bro, but it's so like betting and predicting is just so you don't, especially beginning of the season.
Yeah, I'm going with Seattle too, though. But I'm like, it might be a lock just because the first game is at home. Cleveland, Dallas.
Going with the Browns. That Dallas. Dak not paid. CG just got here. They didn't make no moves. The Browns gonna come out like. Not the headliners because they're playing the Cowboys, but it's gonna be like Brown Super Bowl contenders ? Deshaun gonna come out. And I still like Deshaun, bro. Like obviously he's from Georgia. He's somebody I looked up to, especially when I was in high school. Like I'm wishing him the best, but him taking all that time off and just the stuff that's going on, his mental. I just don't think everything's the same. But hopefully, he's like it's go time. Like they really don't think I can play no more. So I think he's gonna come out cooking. I got Cleveland.
Yeah. I'm going with the Browns as well. Like you said, CD just got there. I mean, obviously you're a pro, so you're probably training with without being with the team. But
yeah, gotta be.
They're just in dysfunction. Like Jerry talking about Dak, like you talk about your number 1 quarterback like that to the media, and he got to respond like that. It's just too much soap opera for me. They can't win the first game. I just don't see it.
I think Dak is just gonna go somewhere else, bro. Like I'm not want to hear you show me for years. You don't want to pay me the first time.
Yeah,
I had my best year as a pro, 2nd team all pro. He was in the MVP conversation. Bad playoff game for sure, but my best year as a pro, and you still like, I don't want to pay you. Like, let me go. Not saying I know my worth, but you're not finna keep playing with me like I'm not your number 1 option. So go find it. Go find the shorty you really want. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. And I guess that's gonna be Trey Lance.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, I don't know about it either. That's gonna be a crazy thing that transpires, but. Washington, Tampa. I don't know if this is considered an upset, but
yeah, that's all, bro. All right, see, we're on the same page, bro.
You was going with Washington too?
Yeah, but I was gonna ask you before I did this as my upset of the week. If the Jets beat the Niners, that's an upset, right?
I think so. Yeah, I would count it. I mean, they're at home. We don't really know what to expect. I mean,
all right, Jaden, you got to show me a little more. I think I'm picking Washington. That's not my upset of the week, though. I got Washington.
All right. I'm gonna go Washington too, but I'm going with the upset of the week. I mean, I guess everybody be saying like spreads and stuff matter as well, but I mean, I'm sure San Fran is favorite. So
they gotta be. They're at home too. Went to Super Bowl.
Yeah. Let me see. Rams, Detroit. I guess that's could almost be. I don't know if that's a upset. I don't know what the spread looks like on that one either, but I'm sure Detroit would be the favorite.
I was gonna pick it as Detroit winning at home, but Stafford, he lost to them in the playoffs. He's like, I got to get my look back. Like that's still my city. So
yeah,
I got the Rams.
Yeah, damn, I was gonna go Rams too. I feel like he need his get back as well. Like I said, it was a close game.
That was a good game.
It was a really good game. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Rams as well. And then Jets, San Fran, who you got?
Yeah, I got Jets, bro. I'm rocking with them. I'm gonna end the show standing on it. I think they're gonna be the number 1 seed this year. It's like so tough, bro, because like I'm saying these teams are gonna be good in the AFC, but I don't want any of them to be good. I really want them to all fall apart. But yeah, Jets gonna come out and make a statement, bro. Too much drama going around San Fran. They're not gonna be ready to play. Outside of Hassan Reddick, and Aaron Rodgers not showing up for I don't know. He's always doing something, bro, like going to Cabo or going like, bro, I love him as a quarterback, but he's just like a difficult human being.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is, bro. I'm not saying he's a bad person, but he's just difficult. Like, it's always something. But, you know, when you have that status, his ego was like I'm A-Rod, bro. Like, I'm gonna be good to play. Y'all stop worrying about me. But yeah, I'm rocking with A-Rod, bro. He's getting old, man. He's 40 this year, so gotta start a statement.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with San Fran, but I could easily see the Jets winning. But gotta end off the pick'ems differently. But like you said, it was a lot of drama surrounding them as well. Like you said, just the paying of Ayuk. And you said they lost a few people in the offseason, but I think they'll be prepared and ready to play. Hopefully staying healthy and come out with a win for the pick'em's sake. But that does it for the pick'ems. I mean, it's been a long show, 2 hours. It don't fully feel like it, but we had to get a lot in, had to talk about a lot. It's been a long off season, long way off. So
can't wait to
really,
be back.
Yeah, we really just got to end the show off. If you had a hot take, any hot takes, and then we can kind of close out that way.
You got to go first.
Oh man, hot takes.
I've already said most of mine. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah, a lot of them I know we've been saying throughout the show. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's not really a hot take. I guess I'll do one for my team. I think, like I said, it wasn't a hot take, but I did say I think a Falcons player, probably Bijan Robinson, but I guess technically Kurt may have could possibly do it as well, but one of the two will win one of the major offseason awards, whether that be MVP or Offensive Player of the Year. But I think one of those two definitely will take it. I think Zach Robinson got something cooking up for this squad. A lot of playmakers if they stay healthy. A lot of options to put the ball in a lot of people's hands and make some plays. So one of the two will win one of the major awards. Like I said, whether it be MVP or Offensive Rookie of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year. I guess another one. It wasn't really a hot take, but I did say 3 AFC North teams would make the playoffs. Bengals, Ravens, Cleveland, I think sneaks in. So, like I said, not crazy hot take, but I think 3 of those teams will make it. I know some people say maybe possibly 3 AFC South teams may make it, but I think 3 AFC North teams would make it. What's another hot take?
I could pick it up if you don't got no more. You think
yeah. I gotta think of another one.
I've already said most of them, but first one people are not gonna like. Trevor is gonna finish top 5 in MVP voting this year. The Cowboys are gonna miss the playoffs, and third. After this year, bro, I feel like next year, like when I'm talking about football, I'm gonna like have a better just guessing grasp because I'm thinking of teams right now that are gonna surprise me, and I just can't like I trust y'all, but I can't say that out loud yet. You gotta
you gotta have more confidence in, like you said, in the one that you're thinking about.
Yeah, hold on. Give me 30 seconds, bro. I'm trying to think. What is the
hot take? Dak gets traded middle of the season. That'd be something crazy. Highly doubt it, but
I could say something like that, but we would just have to see how much happens.
Just don't trade. Yeah, I would say it's just a hot take. You really can just throw anything out there, bro. Just because of all the turmoil, but it's like you can do that with certain positional players, like a wide receiver. Like say this was Diggs still in Buffalo, and that happened. Like that makes sense. But you typically don't do that with franchise quarterbacks.
It's not a hot take. I was gonna say Saints have the worst record in the league.
Yeah, that's definitely going to New England or the Giants for sure.
This is not a hot take. Okay, this is not a hot take, but there's gonna be 3 There's gonna hold on 1, 2. There's going to be 5 divisions with 3 teams over 500 records. I know that's not crazy, but that is crazy at the same time. Like, there's going to be 5 divisions where 3 teams finish over 500. That's the NFC West, NFC North, AFC South, AFC East, and AFC North. So I got the
AFC South, AFC North.
I don't want to say all the teams, but I'll just say it real quick. Giants. I mean, not Giants. Jets, Dolphins, Bills, Baltimore, Cincy, Cleveland, Jacksonville, Houston, Indy, Chicago, Green Bay, Detroit, and LA, Seattle, and San Fran. So those are my 3 hot takes. Cowboys missed playoffs, 5 divisions with 3 teams over 500 records, and T-Law top 5 MVP conversation. Standing on it.
Yeah. I don't know. That might be it for my hot takes. I don't know if there's any other hot takes. Hot takes. It'd be a crazy hot take, but Caleb Williams in the running for MVP for the year. That's too tough.
It's something, bro. I wanted to say something like that, but I'm like, nah, bro. It sounds too crazy. Like a rookie.
That sounds too crazy.
It's one of those. I really feel like it's one of those situations where like everybody's gonna wish they said it out loud. Like everybody's thinking like this is the best rookie situation for a quarterback ever. And I think he's gonna take full advantage, bro. Like it's just too good to be tried. A rookie's never walked into this situation before. Good defense, all those weapons. Yeah, nah.
Last one, I guess I could say Mike Tomlin finally gets a losing record. Super hot take, but I don't know.
Yeah, nah.
He always finds a way, but it's more of a possibility this year than any year.
Have you looked at their I'm about to tell you their last, their last 6 games, bro. I don't wish it on nobody. They end the season with all division games pretty much and a couple hard teams. They end the division end the season with these teams. The Ravens, Browns, Bengals, Browns, Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs, Bengals.
That's the toughest stretch.
That's the entire division in the Chiefs and Eagles, the 2 teams that are supposed to be in the Super Bowl pretty much. So I'm afraid they're going to try to run them off too.
Yeah. That could easily be that's an easy 0-6 stretch. And then you only have to lose 3 more games out of the rest of your schedule. That's really crazy. Yeah, that's my hot takes. I had a bunch of them, but to kind of round them all out, Steelers get a losing record. Steelers have a losing record, or Mike Tomlin has a losing record for the first time in who knows when, forever. First time ever. Caleb Williams is in the MVP conversation, possibly finishes top 5. Bijan Robinson or Kirk Cousins possibly wins Offensive Player of the Year. If it was Kirk Cousins, obviously it might have to be MVP, but Bijan Robinson wins Offensive Player of the Year. And then I said Dak gets traded in the middle of the season, which highly doubt it, but you never know. But other than that, man, I think we had a loaded show, 2 hours. Like I said, didn't feel like it. It's always fun to talk ball. Definitely glad for the season to be back. We both got something to look forward to this year. I feel like we said that last year.
First time.
This year, it actually, it feels like it for real. I think, I felt it last year. I was like, oh, guys, I got something. But I also was real hesitant because I'm like, bro, I do not trust Desmond Ridder whatsoever. But I still was looking forward to just having Bijan, a healthy Pitts. We had just signed Jesse Bates on Minyata. So I'm like, all right. And we got Nielsen. I'm like, all right, we might be all right. But this year, I actually got something to look forward to. I like my head coach. We have a competent quarterback. We got nice playmakers on defense. Offensively, we got nice playmakers as well. As long as we stay healthy, we can make something shake in a weak division and not so strong NFC. So we got something to look forward to for sure. And like I said, your team does as well. I know the teams are a little more crowded on that side, but overall, your team and coaching staff got better. So it's only up. Hopefully, we're looking at a successful season and we get a lot of victory naps and we have a lot of happy Sundays because it was some Sundays it was tough after a game. You just sit there stuck, having to watch the 4:25 game and then stuck sitting there having to watch the late night game. You're just like, man, what the hell did I just watch my team do?
Bro, I think that's when the Jaguars are really sorry. We play at 1 o'clock and then I watch a 4:25 game of a really good teams. I'm like, bro, why can't we do that? Well, yeah, we're gonna have a good season, bro. Both teams, I'm guaranteeing, gonna make the playoffs. Good victory naps. Miami, regardless, I'm not taking a victory nap, win or lose. We outside right after the game. If we lose, we just drinking a little more. If we win, we drinking some more. So it's gonna be good, bro. I'm glad we have NFL because Saturdays I'm just watching for parlays and watch players that I like Shador and Carson Beck and what's the name, the dude from Nebraska, stuff like that.
Oh yeah, Riola.
We got nothing to look forward to with college. Both our teams suck. No. I lied. You got a little. You're. We didn't even break this during the show, but your boy started.
That's what I'm about to say. Yeah, I was gonna say it. We had just got done talking about it, but he's gonna be starting now. So
gonna be fun.
Season's not fully done, but I mean it's the SEC, and we have the toughest schedule I've ever seen.
Ever. There's nothing to talk about. I asked my cousin, like, she went to UF. She's a diehard fan. She said that we might not win 4 games this year. I'm like, usually she's talking crazy. Like, this is the year of the playoffs. She was like, she said it in the down voice. She said, we might not win 4 games this year. I'm like, look at you.
I've never seen a stretch like that ever.
That new SEC, bro.
That junk is ridiculous, bro. I'm just lost for words. I'm like, they ain't have to do us like this, like the first year. Like
it wasn't even like y'all were. It wasn't even like y'all went 12-0 the season before. Y'all didn't even have that good of a team. That's what I'm saying,
bro. We didn't even have that good of a team. Like, what did we finish? I feel like we finished like 6 and 7 or something like that. It wasn't even. I don't even think we had a winning record.
Bro, y'all played Georgia. Y'all played Georgia, Texas, LSU, and Ole Miss back-to-back weeks.
Yes, I'm like, bro, that's 0-4.
I didn't even know y'all played Texas this year. Y'all going to Texas too, boy?
Yes, that's why yes, we're going to Texas too. Yes, that's why I was like, bro, I ain't worried about this team until 2026 anyway. But I am glad to see the young kid get the start, DJ, our 5-star. So
yeah,
as long as I see some improvement, that's all I really care. I just want to see us compete. We don't have to. We're not going to win any of the games, but as long as we compete, we're not getting blown out. That's all I care about. But that does it for the show, man. Definitely excited to be back. Definitely excited for football to be back. It's that time of year. Literally here in Atlanta, it got cold. It was cold this morning. Like it's like it'd be a switch. As soon as September hit, bam! It was just hot in the hallway when I went outside last week. Now this morning, I felt a breeze as soon as I came out the door. So it's that time of year. We're excited to be back. Definitely, like I said, more platforms. We're gonna get back on Twitter. We're gonna make this thing shake each and every week. We're coming back with with some more shows. But other than that, any last thoughts, any last words before we let go? I guess I could ask off camera, but where do you bet college football? I seen somebody put in a parlay last week and they got 10K off of it and they didn't even watch the games. And I'm just like, when is Georgia finna get a betting site? Because I just want FanDuel. Like
that's all I want, bro. Like I don't want to be limited. Like the stuff you can come up with, like me betting on my own team, like me taking Trevor only throwing for 175 and like Kirk, like when you know your team, it's so easy. But I mean, I can say this because it's not like I'm illegal. I have a friend in Virginia that I went to Livingstone with and one from Charleston Southern. So like I got 2 friends in legal states and I send them, like, it's people I trust. One of them, I was in their wedding. So like I trust them. I send them the bets ahead of time because he coaches and he married. So sometimes he be forgetting. Like I had 2 parlays that hit the $700 and he didn't post them because he was too busy. I'm like, bro, you owe me now.
That's good.
I sent him the parlays and I sent him the bread before time. So if we get that, bro, it's legal right there in North Carolina. When I go to Florida this weekend, I'm betting because it's legal in Florida.
Oh yeah, you can go to Hard Rock. Is it legal all over Florida, or you just go to Hard Rock? That's what I thought. You just go.
My cousin lives in Jacksonville. He be betting. So if it's legal in
Jacksonville, I guess they just gotta have the Hard Rock app. Yeah, I guess you just have to have the Hard Rock app.
I'll be in Miami though, so I'm right there. I go to casino and everything.
I might have to send something because.
But yeah, bro. Great first show back. Glad to be back. Glad to talk ball. It was a long show, but like you said, it didn't feel like it at all. Enjoyed talking about it and just really excited for the season. It's a great start to the season too. Like the first 2 games is pretty lit. Baltimore, KC, and then you got Philly, Green Bay. So just looking forward to being on a lot of shows this year. Staying consistent. I know we got a little tired last year, but just being on here weekly. We don't know what day it's going to be. We don't have a set date, but we're going to be in here a lot more than last year and build this thing back up. So
for sure. Yes,
can't wait to be back next week. Hopefully we have Victory Monday or Victory Tuesday. Because if we don't, I'm coming in hot, and I'm not coming on the show with any of them other dudes until we win a game. So.
Until we win the game. Yeah, we ain't doing it.
Not with Florida State playing the way we playing. I can't have the Jags and Florida State sucking. I don't have the Braves. Like, we're going to make the playoffs this year, but we're not winning nothing. So,
thanks. It's looking like it's a down year for certain teams, but hopefully it's an up year for our NFL teams. But appreciate everybody for tuning in. Like I said, next week, we'll figure out the time. We'll figure out the day because I think I'm gonna be in Vegas. That's where I can do all my betting. I'm gonna be in Vegas most of the week, so I'm gonna figure out some stuff. I'm gonna obviously hit you for some parlays and figure out which teams I'm gonna need to throw on the ticket. But appreciate everyone for tuning in. We'll be back, like I said, next week. Be back more consistent, have more content, have more segments, all that. So appreciate everyone for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. Have a good one.